Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas kahit anong lane, we become the monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Look at us to the top, no ifs, no buts. Winning any game para to sa TINAS. Di mo matitinag aming boses sa new level. Nasa kalye man o mobile, you know I become a legend. Listen, open fire, we unite, we winners. But with pressure, like diamonds are made of. Switching the lane na parang gera. HP racing, may reset up. Pagkakatang buhat ni Hilda, full dome SS parang Laila. Susundan ko ang iyong wakas. Kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to. Dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas. Kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas. Kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Laging MVP, no surrender, no retreat. Pag nagsama-sama, just imagine what we can achieve. Laging MVP, no surrender, no retreat. Giving 100 on my all, cause we just cannot be defeated. We are unstoppable, immune and invulnerable. Ready ang equipment, lahat frozen, mala, crowd control. Pakita on the jab, east to the southeast. Taas ang watawat, proud and loud, cause every enemy we devour. Susundan ko ang iyong wakas. Kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to. Dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas. Kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas. Kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas kahit anong the monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we the stars.
The 16th season of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Infinix GT30, the power behind every madlang gamer. Victories you can count on. Smart, the simply reliable telco partner of the MPL. BPI, the official bank partner of MPL Philippines. Mas epic na bukas, buksan sa BPI. Our partner in esports, Clear Men. Power up your dandruff-free scalp. Supercharge with Clear. Nor. Sarap panalo with Nor. Don't miss any MPL action by following our official Facebook and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPLPH on TikTok for more content. Experience the lakas ng Pinas of MPLPH Season 16 action live at Green Sun Hotel. Grab your tickets now via the official MPLPH website. MPL Philippines is monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board.
Ito ang simula sa pag-secure ng wipeout against Twisted Minds.
Para sa akin, hindi siya challenge eh. Parang naging sa amin, parang blessing. Tsaka nakagawa rin talaga ng magandang play yung kalaban namin. Kaya ayun, mas nakuha nila yung panalo kaysa sa amin.
You have to give props still para sa Twisted Minds. It was an incredible performance.
Para sa akin, mas confident yung team ko kasi parang hindi lang sa base sa standings, pero sa tapang rin namin sa laro.
Hindi nila alam, kaya palang pumalak ulit ng APBR.
nahirapan kami agad makapag-adjust kasi ang daming bago. Pero yung advantage kasi namin, kumbaga nagtutulungan kasi kami as a team. Ready naman po kami kalaban yung Twisted. Tsaka confident din kami na kaya namin sila bawian.
Gawin na namin lahat yung best namin para makapasok kami sa playoffs.
Nanibago lang din kami kasi ang dami talagang nagbago. Lalo na sa roam, sa mapa rin na yun.
Tingin ko naging challenge siya kasi yung daming pagbabago lalo na sa mapa. Sabay sa roamers din na lagi na akong ginugulo ngayon. Medyo annoying siya. Message ko sa TNC, good luck lang sa atin and galingan lang natin.
Sa akin, ang message ko lang sa kanila, good luck at sana maging maganda yung laban natin na pindutan talaga.
Welcome back, super fans, here at the MPL Arena. This is your very own Odin, and it's been 3 days of experiencing the Project Next. At talagang nakikita natin ang mga advantages at challenges na kinahaharap ng ating mga kupunan sa loob ng Land of Dawn. And I'm pretty sure that the teams have now crafted their strategies para sa mga mapa na maaaring matapat sa kanila. And since Week 5 started, palagi tayong dinadala sa Game 3 ng ating action-packed items. Matches ng ating mga kupunan. Dalhin din kaya tayo sa Game 3 ng ating mga teams ngayong araw at yan ang malalaman natin mamaya. Para sa mga nanonood sa tahanan o di kaya naman sa mga nasa labas, katulad na lamang ng aking co-host na si Has Galleria, keep safe po sa inyong lahat. And this is Sunday, kaya naman Family Day. Sama-sama nating tunghayan ang Lakas ng Pinas.
Welcome to the final day of Week 5. Today, the movement in the country comes to a head. We wish for safety and a peaceful resolve for all. But the action continues here in the MPL Arena. At your service, Leo, Naisu, and Renmar Santa Cruz. It's We Bear Bros bringing you 2 best of 3s in today's broadcast. All of this is brought to you by Infinix. Experience victory with the Infinix GT30 with GT Trigger and Ample DB certified 120 FPS. Enjoy ultra smooth gameplay and outplay the rest. Last night, we went all the way once more. 9 games back to back to back.
I think we might do it today, man. I think we might have a full, Brigitte is not here. I don't know if that's the whole thing, but I'd love to see 6 games today.
Yeah, I'm skeptical, man. A part of me is thinking that we're just going to see some sweeps and the quality of the games might be different, but I hope I am proven wrong. I hope because of what Project Next has done to us, what it has done to the players, that they just show up and give us banger after banger, playoffs level MLBB.
So about 15 games in, after Week 5, after Project Next, I think it's safe to say that is a sample size that gives us enough meat to talk about how these changes to the map, to the game, to the items, to roaming, how that could change possibly pro play. But first, let's talk about BPI. Level up your game with Vibe by BPI. If you download and sign up for Vibe, you'll get 50 raffle entries.
Last month, 200 lucky winners received 1,250 MLBB diamonds each. Now this month, they've raised the bar way higher. They are potentially going to win 50,000 diamonds.
So just download and sign up for Vibe now. Begin an epic tomorrow with Vibe BPI. You can scan those QR codes on your screens.
So, 15 games in, 4 possible map enhancements. I'm pretty sure our friends at Gab are watching closely because they are monitoring and supervising this tournament. That is, once again, the Games and Amusements Board. I've gotten word that about 65-70% of these maps are a combination of Broken Walls and River Expansion.
Yeah.
With just 30% going to the other 2.
You know, I feel like that's true because I feel like my games that I've played myself since the patch has been that, because maybe that can play into a part of this as we look at our Infinix standings here for the teams on how this is going to be going forward. But yeah, I think some of the teams are still figuring out what they like best.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of movements in terms of the wide options in the maps. We also didn't see a lot of movement in terms of our standings. Rora still on top. Onyx and TLPH still fighting for that 2-3 slot. The real battle lies at 4 to, well, now because of the victory of Falcons yesterday against Twisted Minds, even up to 8th. Going into that matchup, people were already counting Falcons out, but then they shocked the world. They have beaten Aurora before the whole win streak began, and Twisted Minds now, where Twisted Minds is a fully realized team. So it's interesting to see, because with us being able to see teams like APBR, Mega later on today, then that means that, wait, do we see more movements after week 5?
I think it's safe to say, just based on the results of the previous weeks of competition and based on the Infinite standings, Twisted Minds is struggling. But luckily, they are going to be able to prove us all wrong as they open up in a best of 3 against APBR, and then tonight's closer, a contest between the defending League and MSC champions, Team Liquid Philippines, facing off against the Phoenix TNC Pro Team.
I think those are both, it could be either way. Like, both these matches could be exciting in a surprising way, depending also, again, what happens here with even map selection or how the teams go to play it. But we could also clearly, there could be a potential sweep here because of just how the performances have been also for the teams competing, especially, you know, TLPH still looking pretty good and solid. And again, even this patch, I feel like one of the teams that has capitalized on any of the changes, anytime we found ourselves in like a changing meta, is Twisted Minds.
Yeah.
Yes, APBR showed us some impressive things too, but I just feel like, again, this is leaning towards that Twisted playstyle, but also the TLPH playstyle.
Yeah, Twisted though has been a little bit too conservative for my own taste. I mean, it was last season when we didn't expect teams to try crazy things such as Hilda in the mid, Alice in the jungle, Cho in the mid lane. Now, in this current metagame, you're encouraged to do that. When are we going to get that version of Twisted Minds?
I love how you brought that up, because I'll have to concur. For what, a month now and change, Twisted Minds, their main strength, has, instead of twisting the game, has just been playing a really good game. They've just been mechanical gods. Where is this old DNA that Coach Bojan used to bring out?
I think maybe this is the time, because I feel like when they came into this, or the season, you could say, like, they really worked on the foundations. They really worked on the getting those reps in and everything else for Twisted, because they were so chaotic and kind of wild cardy in a way, like last season. And I feel like they had to work on those fundamentals. They did that. Now, again, they could lean back towards experimenting.
They went too fundamental, too hard. That's a possibility. Let's hear from Wolf now. I think he has a special guest on for the Howl to talk about Project Next.
Thank you so much, casters. At aaralin ulit natin ang Project Next patch sa ngayon. Pero this time, hindi ulit ako mag-isa. Kasama ko ngayon, actually, isa sa mga naunang nagtuturo sa atin ng lahat ng mga tips sa MLBB. Kilala nyo na siya, at balita ko ay birthday din niya ngayon. Ay, joke lang, yung kamukha lang pala niya. Kasama natin ngayon, syempre, Ben Dix!
Hello ba?
What's up?
Thank you sa mga bumate, hindi ako yun.
Okay. Pero Ben, kamusta naman? Mukhang busy ka siguro ngayon, no? Dahil may bagong patch.
Oo nga, no? Actually, hindi ko pa siya naaaral yung 4. Pero dahil i-interview ako ng isang coach Wolf, inaral ko talaga siya para may masabi naman ako na informative.
Yon, okay. Alam mo, Ben, eto na. Diretsoy na natin to. Talagang ratratin na natin itong mga discussions natin about the patch. Kasi, Ben, sobrang importante ng roamers sa ngayon. I'm sure ikaw, masayang-masaya ka sa ganitong change. Gaano ba kalaki yung impact ng roamer gold sa ating meta ngayon?
Grabe yung roamer ngayon. Kanya-kanya discarded talaga. Kung hindi kayo active manood ng MPL, kailangan maging active kayo kasi sila yung nauuna sa meta. Yung kakapanood ko lang kahapon kay Daddy JP, 20 seconds, level 2. Anong klase yun? Anong klaseng strategy yun? Kailangan mo lang ma-vision yung gold lane, tapos tsaka ka pumunta sa jungle. Yung mga magiging adjustment din dito, may ng mga jungle na ginugulo na ng roam. Kasi kailangan ng roam makakita ng mga kalaban. At para ma-maximize yun, dire-diretso na manggugulo na siya sa jungle.
Alam mo, Sir Ben, kung ikaw ba ay naglalaro pa yung Prime Bentings, nako, sure win ba ngayon ang Prime Bentings?
Bakit ngayon nyo lang pinatch to, ha?
Okay. But alam mo, isa mga biggest changes din, syempre yung mga mapa. Yung mga hero, mga changes, hindi na natin yan. Abangan nyo na lang yung mga videos ni Bendings. Bibigyan kayo ng tips yan. Pero yung sa mapa, ito yung kailangan nating talagang pag-usapan. Una sa lahat, meron ka bang pinakaayaw o pinakagustong mapa dito sa apat na pagpipilian natin?
Pinakagusto ko dito yung extended bush, yung sobrang daming bush na. Tapos yung pinaka nagugulan pa ako yung cloud. Nakapanood ako kapon si Nets dire-diretso.
Oo. Mahirap talaga kasi alam mo, Ben, yung flying clouds, pwede siyang makatulong sa'yo, pwede rin makasama. Pero ikaw ba, so far, yung mga heroes na nakikita mong pwedeng laruin ng maganda dito sa flying clouds?
Siguro sa flying cloud, wala siya sa hero Ibigay niya sa roam or XP na kaya mag-set. For example, banggit tayong hero 3. Ang naisip ko dito, Terisla, Mino, yung Atlas, tapos yung mga ganun, yung bubulaga, tapos makapag-set agad. Tigril. Using instant flicker.
Oo. Kasi ako yung nakikita ko dito yung mga Khalid tsaka Arlot. Ito rin yung mga recommendations ko. And by the way, you can see dito mga potential heroes natin for the map changes. At agree ako sa'yo kasi yung mga Mino, yung mga Terisla, ang baga nila maglakad Pero kung may flying clouds, mas makakatulong pa nga talaga. Ngayon, maiba lang din ako. With the dangerous grass na sabi mong paborito mo, ano ba yung mga heroes dito na pasok bukod dito sa Hayabusa, Lancelot, Lunox, tsaka Kagura?
Mga naisip ko naman dito, Coach, more on nagma-maximize ng bush kapag madami yung bush. Sabihin natin si Hilda, Helkert, gusto ni Helkert may bush para may heal siya. Natalia, marami siyang tataguan, maraming aabangan. And si Kadita, pinakamadaling paliwanag yung may passive na lumalakas pag mag-bush, tsaka yung assassin. Kasi isipin ng kalaban, ang daming bush, umpisa pa lang, isipin niya, may kalaban dito sa bush na Kadita or Natalia. Kailangan pa niya i-check. So, bago siya makapunta sa lane, mauubos na yung oras niya, kaka-check pa lang dun sa mga extended na bush na ginawa.
Oo. Sir Ben, pwede ba akong mag-request eventually gumawa ka ng video? Kasi di ba, minsan alam mo na kung, alam mo ipopwesto ka lang sa isang part ng bush, alam mo kung natatago ka na. Pero sa dangerous grass, may iba na yun ngayon no?
Sobrang may iba na. Kaya abangan nyo.
Yun! Okay, so abangan namin. Last na nako, ito Sir Ben, ang magtatapat is going to be Twisted Minds as well as APBR. And then later on, TLPH going up against TNC. Pengin namang quick predictions dyan kung sino sa tingin mo yung mananalo sa dalawang series na yun.
Nakarang Twisted Minds ako, pero gusto kong ngayon APBR. Ang ganda ng mga adjustment nila ngayon. Sa TNC Liquid naman, TNC.
Yun!
The max is back.
Okay, at yan, syempre sakto pa na sa background mo. Sir Ben, baka may last words ka lang dyan, mga huling message mo sa mga fans mo.
Sa mga fans natin dyan, wala naman, manood lang kayo lagi ng MPL para matuto kayo at mabawasan na yung mga kadiliman sa RG.
Ayun. Thank you so much. Abangan nyo pa rin yung mga Ben tips ni Ben Tings at happy birthday ulit. Ay, hindi pala ikaw yun. But that was Ben Tings with some preview of the map. Maraming salamat din sa mga nakinig. Ngayon, makikita ba natin to sa ating mga matchup? Abangan natin yan. Back to the casters.
Here we go. Ben Ting said he actually wanted to see APBR take this all the way after last night's win against Omega. A hard-fought win, by the way, going up against Twisted, who still has to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it does. I think even when we look at this, APBR, and you heard it from Ben Things, there's some promising things there. This has been the case since last season, man. There's been a lot of promise, a lot of potential from them. I think they figured it out a little bit more this season, but still definitely in that position where they have to be able to go ahead and make it happen. But Twisted, I think, for me, they have the advantage here in this matchup.
Yeah. What I like about Twisted Minds is that they have that very solid 2 picks that we saw throughout their series yesterday. The Uranus and the Kimmy in the mid lane. Those are 2 very strong picks you can build drafts around for this current metagame. And because James Spence has already shown off Uranus jungle works for them, you can now play around the Uranus as your main draft steal. And then, if you're suddenly fighting for that, boom, Sean ends up with the Kimmy, and suddenly APBR are struggling.
I do think you must make Uranus a priority, whether a ban or a pick, whether it be stolen, as you mentioned, because Lansu has come up to become a spotlight player in Season 16. Again, given that this is his re-debut, he actually showed up first in the MPL in Season 12 under Minana Evos and only be facing off in the EXP lane against a former teammate. Player that also played for Minana Evos on that same roster, Lord JM, also known as Mr. 50-50. Lansu here, after this whole time, has since then won the MDL Championship with a majority of the squad under Onyx 9 lives in Season 5. And here's a quick look back at their stats.
Yeah, if you look at Lansu's debut stats with Minana Evos, we didn't really get to see him often now, and he was an afterthought. But now, Lansu in this league, definitely a changed man. He even acknowledged it himself. He wants to make up for his past mistakes. He has learned. I'm getting a little bit OC with that. If only Lord JM puts it just a little bit more forward. Well, we did get to see a lot from Lord JM back when he was with Minana Evos, but I feel like now with AP Bren, again, he has grown. Still a little bit 50-50, but I must say, I like the flavor of Lord JM that we're getting this season.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. I like it. I like it. It's an action, man.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Again, just last night, he stole a Lord.
Yeah, nobody knows what he means, but he's provocative.
It's usually a 50-50 between two junglers if the retributions are online, but not when Lord JM is a part of the equation.
When Lord JM's there, it's 100% for Lord JM.
50-50.
50-50.
For Lord JM. Real quick, here's the community poll. We're throwing a question over to you guys. After 2 days of Project Next, for everyone else, it's about a week. Which map has been your favorite to watch so far? Is it the Expanding Rivers, Broken Walls, Flying Clouds, or the Dangerous Grass?
This is a little different because it's like, what's your favorite to watch?
Yes.
Not play.
Very specific.
I think I like to watch just because it's like kind of funny. Flying Clouds.
Yeah.
Mr. Clouds.
Yeah, the Clouds is the funniest. I like grass. I like nature, so I like the grass.
It makes for such a cerebral game of ML.
Yeah, it does, because there was one play yesterday, it's at the tip of my tongue, but the player usually, you don't expect a shrub being that big over there, so you don't expect, I'm going to be safe here. That's just a pixel shrub. No, it's not a pixel bush anymore.
Yeah.
It's an even longer bush.
Folks, let us know what your favorite map to watch is. But for now, let's go and welcome our teams. It's AP Bren and Twisted Minds coming into the arena.
Can they twist the game back in their favor? Here's Lansu, MP the King, Sean, Kaloy, and Nosha, Twisted Minds! But can the Hive raise their momentum with Lord JM, James Banks, Aqua, X Nova, and Shizo, AP Bren? Our marshals for this match: Joshua, Chico, Patrick, and Jeff. And the coaches for Twisted Minds: Coach Eson. For AP Bren, Coach Jeff. MPL Arena, it's Twisted and AP Bren. Make some noise!
Let's talk about Twisted Minds. It's been a rough time for your fan base. The Minds have suffered loss after loss after loss. What makes this so different for them tonight?
Well, there's going to be a couple of things. I think, again, we highlighted here the XP laners. Lansu is going to have to go ahead and face off against Mr. 50-50. I think, though, even to an extent, like, we have to go ahead and look at what exactly Kaloy is going to do. There's been a lot of this for the roams on this specific project next. The changes for them themselves, the changes accordance to the map that's eventually picked up will go ahead and dictate the beginning pace of a game here against a team like AP Bren that's done pretty well.
Yeah, but when you're up against a man who literally flips a coin and it usually goes in his favor, then what can you expect? That's actually my biggest question for AP Bren. What are you going to put in the hands of Lord JM, who has shown that he can play heroes such as the Benedetta in the EXP lane, in a meta game that seems like it's already shoehorned EXP laners, and this is what you must play. So now you veer off also into the jungle. James Banks, what else has AP Bren prepared for him in terms of his jungle picks? Then you move on over to the next closest to him, which is X-Nova. There's a lot of room of flexibility for roamers, but we don't usually see it. Can we see it from X?
You know what? We talk about the Kimmy for Twisted Minds. Sean plays a mean Kimmy. He has been doing so since week 1. But last night, Aqua's Kimmy was the sole reason why Omega could not close off Game 3. So I'm guessing now that might be a secondary good pick to steal away.
Yeah, I'm also just noting here that obviously APBR has brought in quite a few more heroes. That's going to be the case as we continue to get forward through the rest of the regular season too. But just building into that is what Twisted Minds does well. They can counter into these unique picks if they want to.
Now you brought it up, 33-39. Is it just me, or is APBR doing a Twisted Minds Season 15 cosplay?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we do get to see a little bit more flexibility. I really feel like, and I've been very vocal about this backstage, feeling a lot of the teams are just a little bit too overly cautious about what they can decidedly push off. I know we're heading into the playoffs, but come on, more experimentation, please.
Let's listen to what these teams need to do in the Infinix Keys to Victory, brought to us by Wolf in The Howl.
Welcome to The Howl. Ako nga pala si Wolf, bringing you the Infinix Keys to Victory. Twisted Minds going up against APBR ang paunang seri natin ngayong araw. At para sa dalawang teams natin, dahil sa new patch, kailangan nilang protektahan yung assassin junglers nila. O kung sakaling mag-utility junglers naman sila, kabaligtaran, kailangan mas maging hyper-aggressive sila. Nakita natin sa Twisted Minds na gumagamit na rin sila ngayon ng mga utility junglers kahit si MP the King ang naglalaro. At it's noticeable na parang bumabagal yung kanilang gameplay with a little bit. Kailangan lang maging hyper-aggressive sila sa lahat ng times dito sa ating mga laro. And that's also true with APBR, especially them dahil mahilig sila maglaro ng mga utility junglers. Now for Twisted Minds specifically, kailangan nilang irespeto yung late game ng APBR. Kapansin-pansin din para dito sa side ng Twisted Minds na nagsastruggle sila sa mga late game scenarios recently. Although merong mga magandang mga performance sa Twisted Minds in the late game, in this particular series, kailangan nilang i-master lahat ng kanilang decision making para mas maganda ang kanilang late game. Now for APBR, ang kailangan nilang gawin, i-deny yung Kimmy, yung mid, at yung Granger na gold lane naman para sa side of Twisted Minds. Sobrang komportable ng Twisted Minds with the Granger gold lane na how they are exploring the map with this hero. And also when they're playing the Kimmy, unstoppable talaga itong si Sean. Merong mga talo si Sean eventually with the Kimmy pero napakahirap na mga laban na yan and APBR cannot be in that scenario. Yan ang bakbakan ng Twisted Minds going up against APBR. For now, let's get back to the casters.
So it was acknowledged by the Howl Man himself, deny the Kimmy, and the Granger actually was a little bit of something that I overlooked. And now thinking about it, yeah, I think maybe it would be best if you take the Granger away from Nausea, because it seems like Twisted Minds, when they're playing around cores or main carry damage options for the team that are long range and you just have to play so well in the front that they are free to hit from the back, that seems to be like some of their biggest strengths. So yeah, definitely take it away from them.
Pretty good howl there, Joseph.
That was really good.
No, if you can get away with both, all right, this is best case scenario for APBR. Ban out the Granger, put Shizo on the Harith. That would be their winningest image. But this also opens up more priorities in the jungle. It's clear that it's MP playing, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who walked in. Is there a way that they can take him away from Assassins and still give James Banks a good matchup?
That's a good question too, especially. I don't know, because now we've seen like these different versions of Twisted, whether it was MP or Sensui, and I think, you know, both of them have showed us different things here, but it's going to be dangerous grass. So this is
like
Ben Think's favorite. This is also Renmar's favorite.
Yeah,
he likes grass.
He likes grass.
I like grass. Earlier, I jokingly told X-Nova, hey, X-Nova, maybe one game of Saber Roam, maybe? Hell, we might even see it here, but no, maybe not the Saber. But there are a lot of names getting floated around in terms of Assassin Roams. Helgert, yes. Natalia, yes. Fanny, kind of iffy on it, but I'm not going to hate on Zorn. Okay.
What if Selena Roam? It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
Should be good too, especially if they have a tanky fighter jungler and then maybe a mid laner with strong crowd control. But with the Juice and Gone, I feel like that is one of the things that you can pair up very well. Unless they're loco enough to go like Roam Selena, mid Novaria, and then like a jungle Fredrin.
That one might actually work, but I'm worried about your mid early to mid wave clear.
Yes.
Going into the draft here, Twisted Minds decides to go blue, banning out the Chip, the Esmeralda, and the Zushin, while AP Bren taking out the Uranus, the Lance, and still at large would be the Wanwan. This has got to be the Wanwan.
Has to be. It did slip through yesterday, though.
Oh, no. Coach Jeff.
Yeah, what is he going to do? Is he going to ban it out?
Coach Jeff.
I think the Wanwan should be the ban. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, one of the most overpowered heroes in this meta, even though there are some people questioning why Falcons picked it in the first pick. But come on, Angelo's really strong, guys. So, y'all, we actually have something from Eson here. Not Coach Eson, excuse me, Sean. Until now, he still carries the discipline. The times where he studied, playing, you really need to maintain both. Oh.
I got this for you. The time he was playing and studying.
And studying there, thank you.
He had to do both.
Yeah, confirmed, Naisu, better at Filipino than I am.
Salamat.
That's right.
So, that's Wanwan, by the way.
There it is, 100% win rate. The one time it slipped through yesterday, again, we learned why it shouldn't slip through. But what is Bren's gambit here? They answer with a Baksha and a Kimmy.
Yep.
Neither of which are like solid answers just yet. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, but I'm 100% with the fact that AP Brent decided to take the Kimmy away because you cannot give both. Well, I mean, the Granger is no longer going to be an option here. AP Brent actually has the option to play the Granger if they want to. So if they want to start off their draft with a jungle mid gold show, I'm actually okay with that. But that was a lot of pressure in their drafting so that the Roman EXP pick are just winning. It's a good thing that this Baksha is even a flex pick because now that you see a Fars on the other side, a Clay on the other side as well, it helps you contextualize what you might need. Agatha Kacho might actually be good for X Nova, so instead of picking up the Granger now, they might be tempted to pick it here. So it sort of turns the sort of like power of the draft here towards the Twisted Minds because now it's clearly them making AP Bren react.
And that's what I'm trying to say is the whole 1-1 opener doesn't seem worth it just yet. Coach Baum and Coach Jeff and the rest of AP Bren are still cooking, and we haven't even sniffed what the broth is like. One more pick for red side. All of the big picks are already out there. I don't think I want a Harith here.
Harith against the Wanwan?
I'm with Redmar. I'm with the Granger. I would rather Granger. It's safer.
Okay, well, they're going to wait for that. They go to Phobius, so they get the XP.
Yeah, I think this is them slowly, softly preparing themselves for a Harith 4 pick.
If it comes through.
If it comes through, or maybe even a Harith 5 if somehow Twisted Minds doesn't ban it out. Because I think it's doesn't proven that the Phobius and the Harith together in one team is actually a huge headache to deal with. Count on Lord JM to be very gung-ho with flickering forward, trying to get the Dark Wave sets off. Maybe if he can even find Sean or force out the Needles and Flowers early on from the 1-1.
Yeah, the 1-1, like, I guess that's what we're looking to see because 1-1's been banned out for so long that it's like, all right, how does this fare up into the lane matchup now? You know, how is this going to be played against? And I guess you can look at this as what is Shizu going to play? There's no gold lane bans coming out, though, in the second phase, so it seems like Twisted's going to be pretty confident playing into that matchup.
So the one strength that AP Brent has going into the second phase is with the way they opened up so much in the early, they're sandbagging all the potential in the late because they're still holding on to where this box is going. We still don't know if it's Rome. We still don't know if it's James Pank's hero. And I think Coach Jeff, he's looking really sick. He's got that look in his eyes. I've seen this look when watching him play, and MPLMY is like, oh, you don't even know.
They don't know who I am. I'm Jeff. They don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, in my Coach Jeff does sound like that, right? Or am I misremembering?
That's a different Jeff.
Yeah,
oh, different Jeff. All right. So, okay. Smart ban as well on the Matilda. AP Bren, are you going to ban out another EXP cleaner like a CC? Or... No, okay. They're willing to maybe see Lansu end up with a CC in his hands because of the whole Esme Yura trade already turned off. I don't think Lansu should pick up something like an Arlot. I'm still one of those dudes who are very strongly against playing an Arlot against the Phobius in lane.
Yep.
There's one more EXP cleaner I'm kind of blanking out on.
Not glue or anything.
If this is an overly frontline heavy lineup from AP Bren, there might be an argument for an X-Borg to come in for Twisted Minds. If it's a very tanky roamer, tanky fighter jungler in the Baksha, XP Phobius, an X-Borg will be well warranted for Twisted later.
I actually agree. There's no need for a carry jungle anymore.
Yeah.
All their cores is right here. They just need the 1-1 and the Farsa to take off.
Yes.
And then AP Bren's cooked. But let's see what AP Bren has been cooking. Come on. We know that this box can go in many different places, but where is it going? Now we know.
Now we
All right.
know.
No, wait, we still don't know.
Well, technically we do, right? Khalid's going to go in the Rome.
No, we've seen XP Khalid last night.
But where then the Phobia's going to go?
Yeah, the Phobia's there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
they're
I'm
fine,
blanking
they're
out. So it's Rome Khalid,
XP
Phobias,
Yep.
Jungle
James
Box. Okay.
There's the glue.
There you
That's
go.
what I was thinking earlier.
Yeah, all
Solid.
right.
There's no answers to the glue. No one to pop the little longs.
Yeah, in terms of the damage profile, unless AP Brand forced themselves to play a carry, but they're playing a carry into a Farsa, Kalea, 1-1 lineup, softly drafted into a corner here.
What's MP playing?
Shizu can honestly just play safe and pick up a Granger, honestly.
Is he just going to go Hayabusa? Okay, yeah, I was going to say.
Still Assassin, no need for X-Borgs here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then this is...
Okay, it's good that the AP Brand picked up Khalid because the Twisted Minds rotation is going to be fast around the Kalea and the Farsa together and the Hayabusa as well. So you need at least one guy, well now you have two to match that speed. Granger, I think, is the last best pick here for AP Brand. It can't be something like a carry. Could be too tough.
Nor the Harith.
Nor that.
You're going to get caught. I think this is where you see the map enhancement actually dictating what picks are viable.
I wonder if Shizo's willing to play a Claude or something? No. Granger, yeah.
Granger.
I mean, just play around your range, backline, let the three dudes in front of you give you space.
Even Claude might be dangerous because you could randomly throw a BMI in, and sometimes you move before you even see.
Yeah.
So this is safer again. The Granger just throwing out rounds into these dangerous grass so that you're safer. AP Brand definitely playing with range, but Twisted Minds, again, I'm looking at this draft and I'm thinking this was definitely enhanced and enabled by the dangerous grass. Like, this is a draft that Coach Bon looked at and said, yeah, we're just gonna kill him.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the lineup rating is also different here. Like, that's not, we can't just take it that way too. Part of this again is this execution this lineup can do. The 1-1 still a big toss up in the air. I do notice, yeah, there's still going to be two Purifies over here too for AP Bren. So playing around the CC is going to have to, they're going to have to be able to do that.
Here we go, game number 1 in a best of 3, a contest between Twisted Minds and AP Bren. I'll tell you now, gentlemen, I'm really excited because even in the battle spells loadout alone, you can tell that AP Bren
to Mobile
are gonna be on the
Legends.
defense, while Twisted Minds are trying to find those pickoffs early on and make them snowball.
Yeah, I mean, we did see it was Twisted Minds themselves with a Kimmy and a Granger together that can stretch out the game for so long. We even saw that not only from Twisted Minds, we saw that multiple times throughout yesterday, that if it doesn't end quickly, suddenly the team that got the snowball realized it's way too hard to play into it in the late game. So strong trading in the center of the map. As expected, Kaloy and X-Nova are going to spend a lot of resources, and that resources in their own life, to make sure that the mid lane trade goes favorable for their teams. It evens out though.
Okay. Also with this early action, it just looks like Twisted will go ahead and get what they need. Looking at the emblems real quick too. Quite tanky over here, you know, for AP Bren. It is that defensive kind of composition and lineup that needs to work.
Yeah, 3 tank emblem sets for AP Bren. But again, there's a chance Twisted Minds might run away with this within the first 7 to 9 minutes. But if they cannot end it before 15 minutes and it stretches to 16 to 19, that's already AP Bren's territory to completely turn the game around.
Hold up, that's news to me.
Debut?
That Sean actually just played Farsa never in this whole season.
Yeah.
This is his first time playing the mid lane artillery mage.
Yeah, played a whole lot of Jusins and Kimmies,
Kags.
Kagura as well.
Yep.
But I think now we're going to see a different flavor of the team fighting of Twisted Minds. Now that they're going to be playing around a very static mid laner who, yes, can have individual outplays, but in terms of your formation, you really need to be tight and make sure that you're checking where the Phobius, the Baksha, and the Khalid are, because those 3 will definitely be just hunting down for that Farsa.
They go jump
you. As soon as you set up that Feather Airstrike too, so... Again, both teams stand up here towards an XP, doing a damage already. Actually, a surprising amount. Already popping the shadow, killed Lord JM. There's the backup from Kaloy. He's going to force X-Nova. X-Nova's still up, but Lord JM finally goes down. First blood in the hands of Sean. There you go. Traction Pulse. Oh, Aqua wasn't able to pick up a kill. So 2 people getting out with their lives, but first blood in the hands of Twisted.
It was all for Jimmy James. He took the turtle. Now he's getting the turtle, or rather the steal. Oh!
James Banks gets a kill on MP. I guess he stayed way too long at low health, and now
Wow.
Wow, that was a mistake there.
That was a Freudian slip. I did not mean to say he was going for the kill, but for the steal. He went for both.
He went both.
Yeah, he got it. If you can get all the good things in life, why not go for both, right? And
he's winning.
That was a great call by APBR to just invade the jungle right away. They understood the situation. The trade up top for Twisted Minds just extended too long. Excuse me. Already a Dreadnought armor for this boxer.
They know.
Spot.
They set him up again.
Wow.
Kaloi spotted out in the brush. Good usage of everything. I mean, they even had to use the Raging Sandstorm for him, but still, now they're in the jungle. MP, can he do anything about it? Top of the Presence, he's going to have to go out. Shadow Kill is already going to be used.
He's going to get stunned again.
Oh, shot comes through. And Aqua will pick up a kill. This is not looking good for MP the King.
X is literally just buying time. He's standing there and he's using his Quicksand guard as an extra layer. Like he doesn't even have items, but it feels like he does.
Yeah, as a great prophet once said, X gon' give it to you. And I like how James Banks used that shield unity. The shield unity was perfect timing. It seems like he calculated that so that the animation of the Shadow Kill ended, or if ever MP the King canceled it early so that he can just try to get a basic attack off onto James Banks, he'll get stunned right away. And that stun felt like an eternity.
Oh, whoa, look at the damage of Sean. Wings by wings on out. Kaloi has no option but to flicker on out. So 2 battle spells actually used up from Twisted in that. This is just APBR punishing with this kind of composition they have, putting pressure where they want, and another turtle comes up here for the taking.
Fellas, 4 minutes in, and it's APBR playing like they're the ones with Flicker and Twisted Minds with the Purify. Second turtle up, approaching half health. I don't think Twisted Minds want any of this.
Yeah. No contest at all. Gonna be way too tough to do. So APBR, the great thing about their composition is, yes, we talked about how Twisted Minds could potentially run over and take control of this game, and it'll take too long, or very long time for APBR to get it back. But if on the other side, APBR is the one dictating the early to the mid game, Twisted Minds' window is so small and they've lost it.
Kaloi going to go and have to use a Tsunami Slam after taking the traction pulse. He tries to disengage. Twisted might jump in. X-Noga takes a couple shots from MP. Lansu joining the fight from the top side. He's jumping on in, but he's got no backup, so he has to flicker out himself. It just seems like Twisted Minds is just disconnected on how to answer APBR.
I'm clenching to see when X presses his Quicksand guard. He never did. He felt like he was never in trouble in that whole sequence down bot.
Yeah, APBR have just done everything perfectly in terms of the rotation, stealing that purple buff right away, continuing the pressure into the jungle of MP the King, and now Twisted Minds are going to be climbing in a huge uphill battle. Because if they cannot find a big win through maybe a huge crossbow of tank through Nausea, maybe somehow miraculously Kaloi and Sean picking off Aqua and or Shizo, who both have Purified by the way, then APBR will be able to end this before 14 minutes.
This is a clear sign that Twisted Minds understands the brevity of their early game advantage. MP the King pressed the Shadow Kill to try and clear the wave. He knows that they're not going to fight anytime soon.
He's going to have to fight in this jungle though for the buff. Lansu taken with the team. He's still with Aqua. I'm not sure what the plan is here. If he's just going to go ahead and sacrifice himself, he does try to get away, but he doesn't have a flicker, so only a matter of time. Shizu will take him down, but a good push down bot from Nasha to get the tier 1, so that at least that's something for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that's a Sky Piercer stack. So mark it, that's 1 for Shizo. And APBR, they can just straight up continue this. I feel like Twisted Minds understood that their early game trade up top eventually snowballed into this, and they're playing as if to just try and survive. Desperate are their movements right now, but they need stability. They need to find control again, because if they don't, then I'll repeat what I said. APBR can end this before 14 minutes.
And stability and control are not out of reach. Sean and Nosh have not died. So their main cores, save for MP the King, are in okay standing. They're still looking at a 3K gold lead from APBR. All 3 turtles taken, yes, but the map looks relatively safe. Like, this is still a map where you can hope for waves to come crashing in for you to farm.
I'm actually worried about Twisted, though. If they choose to fight into the next Lord in a minute and a half, I feel like they're just going to get kind of obliterated, man, because Nasha, like, even though he's been able to farm up and everything else, but even Sean, like, Sean can't actually set up a feathered airstrike unless he plays way far back.
In my humble opinion, I think Twisted Minds should take a page from Mr. 50/50's book and still fight it.
Just fight, just go for it, 50-50?
Yeah, it's not so bad, because again, it's just 3K.
Flip the coin. Oh, right now the coin is on the purple buff of MP. It's taken from him. So he's been dealing with this all day in this game 1.
Okay, you know what? They got a minute to change my mind. So maybe if after a minute, you're looking at 5 or 6K, I take it back.
Yeah.
Let that one go.
Straight up starving right now. Even Aqua and Shizo, their timing of when to use the Purify and how quickly APBR are collapsing towards their main damage dealers if ever someone gets a jump on them are just way too sharp. Even if they can force out a Purify, the Twisted Minds have room to answer.
Uh-oh, down in the mid lane. They're in trouble. Lansu's going to bring back Lord JM, but still fighting in the jungle. Nosha's gone. Not even a chance to get the damage off, but finally Lord JM punished.
That's it, bro.
But I think APBR's happy with that. They got 2. Lansu, Nosha, not part of this one. And James Panks will force out Kaloi from the jungle.
Red, did you see that? It was Kaloi who started this.
Yeah, they decided to make the call, even though they were under tower. It just goes to show how much in the lead APBR are. And what we were saying earlier, APBR are so quick to react. And if it's not the Kimmy or the Granger, team fights are so tough for you because Lancio isn't even in a right spot in terms of his own economy to be able to sustain a team fight long enough, even if he gets a grab on the right target. No way in heck with all of the reach of APBR that the rest of Twisted Minds can get close. This could be the first and only Lord of the game that we will see.
You know what? I take it back. Don't fight it. A good chunk of this 5K gold lead is on Shizo.
Oh, they want to take the 50-50 though. Raging Sandstorm comes through. MP going to be jumping in on the backside. He's going for Shizu, but he's zoned out. Lord JM's gone. Lansu still bringing X-Nova back. Lord still a half, but Kaloi is gone in an instant. Shizu taking too many hits from the Lord. He's got to back off. Sean's on the hunt, but meanwhile down bot, James Panks will be able to pick up. And Shizu's gone from Sean. It's all split up. There's a crossbow tag. How was Twisted turning the fight around? This one should have been for APBR, and they just lost this lead they had.
Early.
A blunder, a double for MP, and Sean might get another. What a fight for Twisted. They took the 50-50.
That's a delayed swipe out. APBR off the map. Lord for Twisted. You know what? This has always been Twisted Mind's strength in Season 16. Yes. They played that fight perfectly.
I was skeptical. Obviously, what Twisted Minds did there was sheer mechanical genius. No, Sean, first, let's start with him not giving up on the hunt for Shizo. Shizo, for some reason, still damaging the Lord. I think he was trying to regen through it.
Yeah.
But actually, him taking hits from the Lord hurt his chances of surviving. Lord JM going for the deep dive because they thought, okay, we win this, is already okay. But Twisted Minds, MP the King held on to his shadow kill and they couldn't get the 1-1. We said one of their main conditions is a big crossbow tank play. Didn't get it, but man, he was able to just stay alive and deal damage.
They got something better.
They
won a fight and a contest when they were down about 6,000 gold. And now everybody can take care of this major objective, but the map has turned blue. So if you were going to make a list of top 10 5v5s in Season 16, I would argue that would be part of it.
Yeah.
Just because of how down Twisted was and how perfectly they executed.
And remember, Kaloi, not going to go in.
Woo!
The most recent Project Next adjusted so that teams that are trying to make a comeback from behind through a huge gold lead is actually encouraged for them to make riskier plays to try crawl back even faster. And that's exactly what Twisted Minds did. It seems like in Project Next, even if it's a 4 or 5k gold lead at this point in the game around Lord 1, there's still a chance for you to make a comeback.
That's right. So it was the 8-minute mark that gave them the go signal that maybe we can try.
Which was part of it. Again, you also pointed it out already, but APBR's positioning was just not ideal for, and maybe it was a point where we're like, okay, we're pretty far ahead. We got 5,000 gold lead, but they just forgot the fundamental of the team fight.
I think it's more Twisted Minds put him in that situation.
Yeah.
Twisted Minds divided and conquered. Made that gold lead less of a factor.
Issue, yeah. Because like Shizu, if I remember, he didn't even use the Purify, and yeah, maybe a couple of shots from the Lord were just like too much.
Yeah, it was like that. It felt like APBR were fighting under a turret, which is in this scenario, it was the Lord.
Yeah.
But they were controlling it, but it was hurting them, the fact that they were the ones holding it.
It's like they were trying to tame a level 50 Charizard with 2 badges.
Yeah.
it's not going to work out.
Yeah, don't do it. You need cheat codes for that. And we don't do that.
Oh!
There it is. Trash Pulse. Lansu gonna be in trouble. Takes a blunt of the damage. Chloe's gonna jump in. Doesn't pull the Tsunami Slam. Crossbow of Tang to keep them at bay. They're just gonna disengage, but X-Nova might not let him. Goes in with a Raging Sandstorm. He does have an immortality. He gets thrown in with a Tsunami Slam. He flickers on out. James Panks decides to fight it out. A Feathered Airstrike to cover the ground. They're gonna go in. They're fighting Nasha. Nasha's gone. Lord James will be able to pick up that one. And Sean tries to get away. He'll flicker on out, but they lost 2. So right now the trades are still there, but MP and Kaloy are left here.
AP Brand have a huge mountain to climb, but they found MP. He tried to make a play. He tried to be the hero, but he just got punished for it.
Why?
Why?
We saw this happen last night with his Baksha going deep against Falcons, but why?
It's the same question. I guess he saw the low HP bars and maybe he thought he could make something happen, so now the Lord is up.
He salivated. He wanted to kill.
That's tough. Right now, AP Bren, knowing that MP's down, they're going to get themselves this Lord unless Kaloy and the rest of Twisted can do anything about it to delay it. But Aqua will secure the Lord. Lansu's already gone the double for Shizu. They're hunting for more. Nasha and Sean have to disengage, but it looks like AP Bren will be happy with what they get.
That was way too close. AP Brand actually almost lost that Lord because James Banks got knocked up. MP trying again.
Whoa, MP!
MP, chill.
Going for Aqua.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, the Baksha wasn't there. He wouldn't be Shield Unity'd or Dark Waved or anything by the Phobias. AP Brand, they could end it, maybe.
Yep, they're pushing in on this base turret, mid turret, gonna be worked on. MP's in trouble, he's gone! What happened to MP? Just deleted, and now the rest of the team has to work with Nasha. Nasha trying to get the crossbow of Tang off if he can. He does. There's the winter crown, eating up the crossbow of Tang, but Lord JM's gone. Aqua trying to get space. Lansu connected to Shizu. He's got an immortality. He's going to try to bring him back, and now Shizu and James Panks are on the run. Twisted again. Kaloy jumps in with a flicker. Shizu trying to get space. He's bobbing and weaving the best he can, but immortality is popped, and he's going to be gone. James Panks just has to watch him die.
The minds go wild in the arena. They turned it around once again.
Terrific back and forth. I thought Twisted Minds would be out there, but this is what we're talking about. Nasha and Sean's positioning in team fights, slow front to back. They are way too damn good at this. That if AP Brand don't cast them off guard, if Lord JM or James Banks, X-Nova, if none of them can get to this Farsa, pressure this 1-1, then they will lose this fight.
Oh no, a Tsunami Slam on James Panks, pops the winter crown, but Aqua could be in trouble now. They're going for an MP, jumps in onto the turret, pops the shadow kill. He'll take out Aqua, but he tries to get away, and Lansu goes down instead. The trades here, but right now Twisted with a lead towards the base of AP Bren.
That's a win in my book. Anytime you can throw Lansu at AP Bren and take out Aqua, take out Shizu, hell, even compromise James Panks, I would do it. So this coming Lord, a minute out, I'd say Twisted Minds should focus on heroes first. That's what they're good at.
Yeah.
Okay, Phobius and the Baksha, as we've seen in multiple engagements, both have the Winter Crown. Aqua has one too.
Force those!
Yep, try to force those out. It's down to Sean. Nasha needs to play the most absolutely 100% disciplined 1-1 game of his life now. He has to wait for those Winter Crowns to show before he uses the crossbow of Tang.
So looking at Nasha's play here, it's clear that they're giving him all the waves, all the farm. He's still down, by the way, this whole time. Shizu is still ahead.
It's tough because you basically have had this whole thing. Oh, okay, Lansu. Traction Pulse was used from Aqua.
Close.
It's going to be fine. Lord's coming up in about 5 on the other side of the map, so we'll see this. But it's been a back and forth throughout this game. Honestly, man, I don't know who's going to get this Lord. It's so crucial on both ends, especially for the gold laners to be able to stay alive for this.
I'd say Twisted Minds can use the Lord as bait.
Yeah.
Again, the real objective is to wipe out AP Bren. The Lord is secondary.
Yeah, I want to see which team decides to play a little bit more with the macro because the side lanes for both are threatening. AP Bren with a priority in the bottom, Twisted Minds with priority at the top. AP Bren's mid lane minion wave are pushing. Someone needs to readjust their positioning here for AP Bren because they can't allow Twisted Minds to hold the lower middle shrub. But Twisted Minds are playing a little bit more conservative with it. Once they see MP thinking at the bottom, AP Bren might rush.
Oh, but it reset there too at the right time. MP's going to come back up.
Uh-oh.
They're going to keep it at mid. I don't think they want to convert this Lord just yet. It's going to go for a reset.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for picks first. So you see here how Dangerous Grass has changed how this Lord dance usually happens, because now you have a Lansu not alone anymore. He has the mid laner holding what it used to be just mainly EXP lane positionings in Lord fights.
Yep. That used to be open. And now since there is grass, Sean can actually just hold it.
Yeah.
That would be a lethal position for a feathered airstrike. At least 2 or 3 salvos before
What
anyone
is
catches you.
Xnova doing? I don't know if MP's going to go over there. I know he's pushing that lane in. The long lane. Kaloy will take a couple shots. He goes in with a flicker. Tsunami slam. Lord JM could be in trouble here. Feathered airstrike. He's going to bob and weave out of it. Pops the winner's crown. He's going to go down eventually, but they're going to re-engage Xnova, waiting for the rest of AP Brent to fight. But Twisted still going. He goes in with a flicker. Raging Sandstorm. But MP will jump in with the Shadow Kilt on the back end, and he goes. Nasha with the airtime. He's pushing him back. Shizu trying to get the space. He's trying to get the shots off, but he just can't just get a winner crown in time for Sean. And here comes MP again. A masterful fight from Twisted Minds.
Team fighting excellence from Twisted Minds. Mechanical limits getting pushed, and AP Brent on the defense. Lord for the Minds.
This is a clip farm for all you clippers out there. Twisted Minds. They're just too damn good, Sean. And we talked about Nausha. He needs to play the most disciplined 1-1 game of his life. The crossbow of Tang came in at the perfect time.
19 minutes in, that may have been the first crossbow of Tang that they used offensively.
Yeah. It was, again, that fight, you know, as soon as they saw what was happening there. Kaloy has been good. I'm actually really surprised that Kaloy has been able to do this where, again, there's 2 Purifies over there. And even if he has to go for Lord JM, the guy without the Purify, he'll go for it every single time.
I can only theorize to be a fly on the wall in that comms. I'm pretty sure Kaloy's comms and synergy with everyone is so good. Even Coach S and Coach Boss are going, yeah, go, do it. In real time.
Dude, the surge of life on this Kalea has been coming up big, and Kaloy's timings with the Tsunami Slam have been perfect.
Yeah.
Not only that, every time he gets a Tsunami Slam, Twisted Minds makes sure that it's worth it. That a big ticket ultimate is used alongside it. Sean is not hesitating using the Feathered Airstrike. Here comes Kaloy again.
See how they do it once again. Kaloy's going to find his mark right there on Xnova. He's gone with the Shadow Kill. Shizu pops the Wind of Nature. They're trying to clear things out. The Lord is still up too. Nausha has to pop his own Wind of Nature. There's the Feathered Airstrike. Lord JM trying to buy some space and time, but he falls. And now the base at half health will be worked on by Nausha, and Twisted Minds will take game 1.
The Minds put it on a showcase to start this series. Match point.
I was ready for, to put it bluntly, a boring day. But then game 1 showed up and said, shut up, Renmar, you're in the Philippines. What a game 1, Twisted Minds, still the experts of team fighting.
Oh, man.
Season 16 never disappoints.
Bro, what?
Those were some of the best team fights, man. Like, I don't know. I think you are right. I think, what'd you say, top 5? Top 5 team fights of season 16? Or top?
The first one in the top 10, definitely. But the second one, the finisher?
Yeah.
Definitely goes in the top 10, like the upper echelons even, top 5.
So good, man.
Just how clean they did it. Sean never died, bro.
Sean never died. This is his first game.
His first game.
First game.
Like,
well, how long? The Fartha.
First game with the Fartha, Sean.
Why did it take you so long to play the Fartha, Sean?
It's a revelation.
It's a revelation.
We need to look back at the stats again, the game history. It's always been banned out when opponents of Twisted Minds, you know,
like, do they just know?
Yeah. That's our MVP, by the way. Look at him.
Just.
Oh, the hood comes off, and here comes the kiss from Nausha.
So supportive.
That's synergy right there, man.
Nausha would not be able to fly if not for Sean. There would be zero crossbows attack.
Yeah, that's true.
They really look alike.
I was just thinking that, man.
I don't see it. What are you talking about?
I was like, they kind of look related.
Yeah, Nausha and Sean look like they could be family.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they are.
Oh, I get it. So Sean is the Farsa. Nausha was Fairy the bird.
Because he flies.
He swooped in.
Yeah. Oh, like that's what he was cosplaying there?
That's deep. That's deep.
Maybe. It's a bit of a deep cut, but I think it's very obvious what Sean has done in this game. So, of course, it wasn't the completely dominating Farsa performance that we see where you're using the feathered airstrike to really just take control of macro and managing the center of the map. But it was how he timed his feathered airstrikes every freaking team fight, and how it seemed like Twisted Minds were just playing around that, where Kaloy starts things off. Sean uses feathered airstrike. They rope-a-dope and extend the team fight to such an insane amount that, of course, APBR are going to be thinking, yeah, the feathered airstrike isn't going to come back in time, right? Next thing you know, there's a feathered airstrike again, and APBR have lost the fight. Multiple times that happened here in this fight, and gotta commend Lansu. Not the most statistically impressive game, but as the game went on and every team fight started to swing a little bit more for Twisted Minds, you really see the disruptive effect on the glue. And Sean laser focused onto where Lansu is, helping him out and say, you know what, the rest of the team can't help you out as much in terms of making the most out of your grab. Let me drop one feathered airstrike pop and then use the rest for the remainder of the team fight so that the rest of us have a little bit more chance to catch up to Lansu's glue, who is way too far back in the back.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, it's not about the KDA, you know? Like, Lansu was doing work on the glue, and there was a couple times in the early game where, like, the idea was there. They just they weren't able to follow up the way they could at this point in the game or later.
All right, gentlemen, I've looked it up. I'd say 20 to 30% of Twisted Minds games, their opponents actually banned or stolen away the Farsa. That's why Sean never got to play it. But also, another little bit of trivia, Twisted Minds have never also banned the Farsa themselves. So this is a secret weapon. They've been holding onto this.
Oh. I'm gonna have to double check. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Again, that's an estimate, rough estimate. 20 to 30%, especially in the earlier half of season 16, opponents would always ban or steal it. And then, if I should be correct, Twisted Minds have never banned Farsa.
Not a single one. You're right there.
Yep.
They must. Yeah, I guess they just know.
This is one of Sean's most
deadly heroes.
Best kept secrets. Yeah.
I mean, this was that team fight that broke out here, and this was just so good. I mean, even this, the winter crown.
He did two feathered airstrikes, sir.
Yeah, and that bought enough time, like that little window, for that to happen. And like I said, Kaloy, a lot of times it's either X-Nova, Lord JM, or James Panks. He'll take someone for a Tsunami Slam.
And can we not forget to acknowledge the king, MP. Despite having a very rough early to mid game, just kept at it. He started out as a little thumbtack over Hayabusa, and then eventually he just kept forcing these, little cuts up to when APBR was forced to respect him. That's impressive. That's almost Carl TZ-like perseverance. When he would just play the box in season 13, throw his body over and over again at the opponent until they win, until they give up.
Oh my goodness. I'm revisiting stats from MDL Philippines season 5 in their grand finals.
Whoa.
Yeah, even then, Nausea never got his hands on a Farsa.
They're just always banned.
Yeah, not always, but sometimes even overlooked by the teams in terms of the trade. But, wow, warning shot for the rest of the team. A very late warning shot into this season that Sean, a fantastic Farsa player. So, we have to revisit what happened here. APBR took the lead. Got taken away from them up until they were able to win one Lord fight, and then APBR marched forward. I think they just did not expect the sheer aggression that Twisted Minds would be coming out with. Number two, it seems like Lord JM played this in a very telegraphed way. As expected from Morphovius, we're gonna have to give him that. Morphovius is like, he's either gonna come in late with the Dark Wave, or once he's in, there's no out. He's just gonna keep going. So Twisted Minds are going to be playing around that idea. Okay, if you can drag them the fight long enough, and yes, Lord J will bring us low. This is from the perspective that they're defending their base. Okay, we'll give him that. Quickly regen, come back out, fly out, use all your movement speed so that you can catch up to the members of APBR who are trying to run away. And then we'll do the same thing in team fights as well. Because it seems like as this game has gone on, the glue survived significantly longer than the Phovius does.
Yeah.
And that, in terms of how long they survive, Lansu gets to do his job more than Lord JM can.
I think that's why, if you also look at this lineup and the way that it was executed, Twisted Minds played with the dangerous grass better.
Yeah.
Like the way that they were, especially around the objectives.
Yes.
They were able to go ahead and utilize, and part of that was Kaloy, why he was able to go ahead and play up front, or Sean's factor, like you pointed out earlier on, where he was holding down that bush right behind the Lord, where the XP laner didn't have to do it. But even Lansu, like he had a couple more angles that he could go at. So I just feel like they were able to play the map here that was chosen better than AP Bren did.
Yep, the draft alone, it was telegraphed that they were going to use the dangerous grass to their advantage, and it was not kind to the silent Shizo. He is the rich guy, you know, from BPI. He did score a very, very respectable 827 GPM, but Twisted Mind's draft was not kind to him. Like 3 of them were always hunting down the Granger.
Yeah, and again, hence why you brought up that you really gotta commend MP the King here. Imagine being dying twice early, your buff stolen away from you, and then once you finally hit with your power spike, incredibly late into the game, you were able to find the shadow kills to help turn things around for your team. Seems like the narrative we put for the lineup of AP Bren actually also applied very well for Twisted.
It's something else that AP Bren has to talk about, but that's for the here and now. How about in a few weeks' time, in the playoffs? You can secure your playoffs tickets now. Head to the MPL Philippines website and join us at the Cuneta Astrodome for MPL Philippines Season 16's playoffs. It's going to be historic as well. Something that could make history for us is Moonton and Mobile Legends Bang Bang getting nominated for several categories at the Gaming on Phone Awards 2025.
That is amazing. Of course, scan the QRs while you can down below. They've also got more. Mobile Game Developer of the Year, Best PR/Marketing Team of the Year, Ongoing Mobile Game of the Year, Mobile Game Community of the Year. Yes, that's you guys. Stay positive. And Mobile Esports Game of the Year.
Also nominated for the Esports Player of the Year, Team Look at Philippines, Carl Tizzy, the face of MLBB, and Magic Chess Go Go. Even if it hasn't been a year since Magic Chess Go Go debuted for all of us, it has already been nominated for the Mobile Game of the Year. Scan the QR code to vote now. The last day of voting is on September 21.
That's today. That's the day. I've already casted my votes.
I have too.
I've sent it out to the more than half a dozen nominees for our games and for our player, our GOAT. All it needs is your email. That's it. It's very simple. It's easy. Actually, just open several tabs and then you're done, like within a minute.
Did you say you haven't voted?
I keep forgetting.
You have an hour or so.
Today is the last day, sir.
Have time. I shall do it.
Do it during the draft.
Yeah, do it during the draft.
Fine.
Because the bans, before the bans are done, you would have voted. It's that quick.
Yeah.
He's going to do it now.
He's going to do it.
All right. Gaming on Phone Awards 2025. Vote now. It's a clear choice that we should win. And you know what else is clear?
What else is clear?
This man's scalp will be putting it up very, very soon. All right. Power up your dandruff-free scalp supercharged with Clear. Which one is it? Where is he?
Where
is this dashing young fellow? Oh,
which one is it?
Is it the one with the fro?
Yo, I love the mini fro that he's got going there. Oh, we got 2. Oh, 3.
Oh!
That's a lot.
That's no mini fro right there, man.
Is this a Kimpy fro?
It's a fro.
That's a fro.
Look, it's a Kimpy fro. It's a hybrid.
They gave him a bigger bottle too.
He needs it. That bottle will last him like 3 days.
Yeah.
This is the next evolution in men's Philippine hairstyles. Kimpy fro.
Check it out. That's a Clear Head super fan of the day. Thank you so much, Clear. I hope this gentleman is happy. He's definitely not going to experience any dandruff at all.
He's going to power it up. Just like, I feel like Twisted Minds powered up that game, man. I think we still have to talk about, too, eventually it's like how 50-50 gold leads are right now, man.
Yeah.
5,000, 6, 7, 8.
Nothing.
I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's like, I don't know. We're seeing more now being flip-flopped, even with a lead like that.
Was that where AP Bren dropped the ball? Was that the only thing that went wrong for them? Because they definitely had the game. It was theirs up until the 7-8 minute mark.
Yeah, we all saw it. Twisted Minds eventually just showed AP Bren that they fight better than them.
Yep.
The little things, the logic behind all of their actions. Well, AP Bren, they were trying to brute force their way at times.
Yeah.
Which rightfully so, expected with their lineup, playing around the glue, playing around the box shot. You have Granger, Kimmy. just stand in front and let the two do the rest of the work. But then you have a Hayabusa to deal with for the backliner who just can dive. You have an artillery mage in the backline who, as long as you find the right position and timing, is gonna be unscathed, unbothered with what AP Brand brings to the table. So now, I think AP Brand needs to look for, again, as we head back into the dangerous grass.
We love dangerous grass.
The Twisted, I can hear Midnight on the speakers. Why does he sound mad?
No, I think that's him.
Happy?
I was gonna say, I think that's happy.
He's
Midnight
happy.
noises.
All right. So, I think warranted now is that you have to consider Farsa in the equation for Twisted Minds if you are AP Bren. I have no huge problems with their lineup. I have no huge problems with how they played the macro. I think it just looks like Twisted Minds ended up with more pieces that now in the meta it has been shown that the risk takers, are more often rewarded as long as they can back it up with sharp execution.
So let's circle back. Does that mean Mr. 50-50 has to come in extra clutch?
Yeah.
Like, he's got to flip 2 coins and have advantage.
Yeah. He needs advantage on that roll,
Just
bro.
go harder.
Just go.
Go again and go harder.
Go again.
No, it's like you go harder, but then you go soft unexpectedly, then you go hard again.
So they never know what's coming.
You keep them on their toes, and they keep going back for more, but then Lord JM says, nope.
To be fair, that's what Lansu did, man. Lansu was going again, and he was going harder every time.
That's right. Let's see if these picks are something that our coaches heed going in the draft. AP Bren on the play. They chose this side. They chose to go blue. Landing on the Uranus, the Kalia. Oh my God.
They want the lamps
for
or what?
Kaloy and the Angela. Still open. Definitely still open because Twisted Minds banned out the 1-1, the Chip, and the Zushin. This has to be the Lance.
Yeah. I think you still go Lance. Still the best pick right now.
Yeah.
I would say in the jungle. Does crazy things.
Considering they banned out the Uranus, it could also be the YSS, but please pick the Lancelot instead.
Yeah.
I'm more willing to give the YSS to Twisted Minds. I think AP Bren, it's more up to their speed to pick up the Lancelot. And definitely you do not want to give that to MP the King.
But just the same, it's also up to their speed to kind of say, hey, James, you got a really deep hero pool. Why don't we just wait?
Yeah, and the vision might be good. Plus that extra stun that you get from the second mountain shocker activation might be good.
It's dangerous grass.
Yeah.
I like the Lance. Lance is better.
Please do. Lancelot. Flowers. The Thorns. Oh, what's his voice line again? Hell yeah, I'm Lancelot. Oh, wait, no, it's the Thorns remain.
Johnny Lancelot.
Johnny Lancelot.
Johnny Lance.
Okay, here we go. Confirmed. So they were not going to flip the coin on this one.
Good.
Twisted Minds, they have no incentive to rush the usage in either.
Yes, get Baksha.
Baksha Kimi?
Either Baksha Kimi or Baksha they don't need to rush the Lapu. You know what? Go rush the Lapu. I want to see Twisted Minds trying to rush the Lapu. You need someone who can just take control of lane.
CC Baksha.
Baksha CC. Okay.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, in terms of all the trades, Fovia, CC, Lapu, I mean, the Uranus is gone, so CC is the strongest out of all of the EXP laners right now available in the pool.
It's a hard block.
Yeah. Is there a world where we've seen Kaloy play a Roam Baksha? Has he actually done that?
Yes, I'm not against it. And more now seeing that it's MP the King playing.
Yeah.
It's a larger chance that this is Kaloy.
Yeah, could still be flexed. And at the same time now for AP Bren, knowing that they have that, they could go ahead and get their mid lane locked in. Maybe their XP as well.
I want to see them get the Kimi, but then they're going to be giving the Farsa to Twisted. So you get the Arlot's going to struggle to lane against CC. You really have to get the Lapu here. Maybe the Gatot for X-Nova.
Lapu Granger?
Oh, Farsa.
Okay. Much better that they do actually get the Farsa instead. Better range, and they are still going to be playing against range.
It's a sound comp, to have these three. But I don't know if I feel safe knowing that all your damage is front-loaded.
Yep. And now you have a Harith.
You put all your utility in the second half of the game, second half of the draft, and now Coach Bon and Coach Esson can actually attack it.
Yeah.
But you also, so you get the Farsa, you take it out of the hands of Sean, Granger. Like this is, like these three alone from AP Bren, all your damage is there, right? So those last two picks, what do you do to complement this? What do you do to be able to go ahead and, give yourself the space that you need to be able to pop off here? Because you know that Twisted Minds is going to play those team fights again, and you don't want to be thrown all around like they did the last one.
You know what, Lord JM? Bring back an old favorite, if you can. just bring up a Paquito now.
They are what? They just go pure damn?
More damage?
In terms of the laning experience, because I don't think Twisted Minds will really care about going up against a glue. But then going up against a wildcard EXP lane pick that can just surprise burst you down might be the edge that APBR could have. And we all know Paquito into CC lane. Paquito just actually demolishes the CC lane. Very difficult for CC to win up against a Paquito for the first 3 to 4 levels. And extended past that, you already have more rotations into the lane. Even tougher for the CC.
All right, we have one more ban. Might be another mid laner. Do they take out the Cog?
Take out the Cog. Take out the Kagura.
For Sean?
What if Sean also... I mean, he's played so many different mid lane mages, too.
Okay, here. They didn't ban the glue, right?
Yeah.
What if Sean picks up a Vexana last pick if the glue shows up for APBR?
A Vexana. To deal with the little glues?
Yeah.
The little... What do they call them? What'd you call them?
The longs.
The longs.
OGs no.
OG, I believe it's the Mandarin translation.
The longs.
Folks never got to see longs.
Longs? Okay, I think just show your roam now. Pick up your mid later.
Unless this is a roam box.
I'd like to think that this is the roam box.
Roam box.
It's MP, bro.
Yeah, MP's probably gonna play an assassin to go.
Imagine a Haya.
Because and also the Haya or the YSS. Oh wait,
they're holding on to it. We don't. No, this is it.
it.
Wow, it is.
Yeah. It's
a jungle box. What?
Yeah.
Okay, well we got to see Sensui play an assassin. Why don't we get to see MP play the utility? Right?
Oh, bro, that is tough. Yeah, you're stuck with the glue, and then Vexana can come out in the mid lane. Because glue is the best pick right now. But then the counter for it is just up there, dude.
Yep, and then APBR can't do anything.
Yeah.
They just have to eat it in the chin and say, you know what, Lord JM, you're just gonna have to take it.
Unless it is dangerous grass too, I think.
There's a roam show for X.
Lord JM.
Pick off, so it's a tanky EXP laner.
It has to be glue, man. Like, what else are they gonna pick?
Yeah, or I said the Paquito or a Bene, maybe even.
Just
something
pure
surprising.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, there's the X-Borg, okay.
Because it's already revealed that the Baksha is going to be the jungler, the Valentina, the answer. So they get either the kick or more often than not, they're going to get the Feathered Airstrike.
Or a Last Insanity. Technically, there's like three like the Last Insanity is situational.
Yeah, that was pretty meditated.
You can use it like a ghetto dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dash at home. This is literally just...
It's true.
At least I can get away.
Yep. All right, so this is the draft we ended up with. For some reason, even on red side, going into another dangerous grass map, Twisted Minds gets the more proactive, more, focused draft. Very similar to how Game 1's dynamics were in the draft.
Yeah. Okay, trying to find the window here for this X-Borg because the X-Borg is a wild card pick. I asked for something surprising. But I don't think right now the X-Borg is what you need or what you want. Okay, theoretically, the Last Insanity is something that you could just pop. Once you see the Zaman Force, you load up your Last Insanity there so that you push back the Harith away from the Zaman Force, reducing the time he has with his ultimate.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Fighting perspective, macro perspective, there's a chance X-Nova, Aqua, and James Banks can pull off some stuff too that could catch Twisted Minds off guard.
Okay. I think part of this too is, again, for Twisted, playing into having this Valentina, choosing the right ultimate to take for the right moments here is going to be one thing, but also looking at this emblem-wise, isn't too crazy.
Yeah, all pretty standard.
Standard, yeah.
See, Rupture, Lord JM going for the Festival of Blood and Vitality as well. He
extra
understands extra HP. He understands he needs to be even tankier for the team to help sustain. I'm really just interested to see how Lord JM is going to fare up against the CC in lane. If he's going to be conservative and just park there, we need to see more rotations from APBR topside to sort of delay what Lansu can do.
Here we go. This is a debut pick for Lord JM on that X-Borg. While Sean has never won with the Valentina. So this is Season 16 stats. I'm hoping that he actually finds the kick and the feathered airstrike more often.
Yep.
Yeah, he should be able to. I think.
But it's going to be a challenge. Yeah. I'll tell you now, there's extra bushes. He has to walk into these brushes.
Yeah, good tough boots priorities for the Baksha and the Gatot. And similarly to the Cho and the Granger, lots of crowd control for the key traits early on. Okay, we don't see a lot of the damage coming out from the X-Borg just yet, but as time will go on, I really think they just picked it for the team fights. And it's tough to kill X-Borging lane, so it's sort of like you pick an anchor in your EXP that brings huge utility to a team fight.
Which is basically that last Insanity, right? So.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna get this turtle.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. So Twisted Minds has control here. Colloid charging up.
Wow.
They'll just keep it disciplined. They'll get the objective, and Twisted will go back to the lanings.
Yeah, it's a very small thing, but what Lansu did there, throwing that curtain call, somehow getting not just James Max, but even Aqua as well, completely stopped AP Brent's chances of being able to get that turtle.
Yep, so this is something that Twisted Minds lineup in Game 1 did not have. They have priority via utility. It's not just sheer damage they're playing with. There's a lot of crowd control and little tools that they can use. Aqua with the feathered airstrike.
There's the kick, pops the Purify, is going to be fine. MP joining the fight. There's the jump. They'll find Aqua. First blood in the hands of MP the King. A great response from Twisted Minds. Nasha knew, hey, he got the call. He pops the Purify. He's fine.
That felt unwarranted for Aqua and X-Nova to be pulling a play like that this early on. Yeah, they forced out the Purify, but it's as if for a moment they laser focused too hard on trying to pressure the Harith that they lost track of the rotations of Twisted.
That's very un-Aqua-like.
Yeah.
This veteran mid laner, an MSC champion, an MPL champion, is characteristic of knowing space around him, using it to his advantage. A kick fights Kaloi.
Kaloi going to take a couple shots. We'll be able to go ahead and pop the Revitalize. He's still going to be fine. There's the re-engage. Sean got his own last Insanity and takes out X-Nova.
They did it, Joseph. It wasn't just a ghetto dash. It was actually lethal.
It was a lethal dash.
The Valentina pick up perfect. Really just a great response to this X-Borg. The fact that you can not only take the feathered airstrike but the last Insanity as well. So if the X-Borg wants the last Insanity, then you have to deal with the Valentina doing the same thing to your face if you're AP Bren. It's a fantastic draft by Twisted. It's as if they already knew that this X-Borg was coming out with how quickly they picked that Valentina.
Yeah, it was basically calculated at that point, and we said it would be a little bit hard for Sean to find the right ultimate. Well, so far, man, 4 minutes in, he's done a great job at that.
I think it's more of a product of AP Brent having so many ults he can steal. It's impossible that you don't see Lord JM, Aqua, or X-Nova first.
Yeah. And then he'll just take one.
And all of them are valid, because even the kick, you could dash in, purify whatever comes your way, then kick.
Yep. Right now they got control over this turtle. Second one in the game. You can see there's no contest here from AP Bren as James Panks is top side. So an objective again going to the hands of Twisted. Not sure what else AP Bren wants to do here. You know, I think they're just kind of trying to douse the flames out from it getting too hot. X-Nova dealing with this Zaman Force. He's going to go for the kick anyway. Revitalize already going to be popped. And now Nasha goes in. One more shot will pick up the kill on X-Nova. And now she's doing Aqua in trouble. Flicker there. But there's a jump into the turret. He doesn't need it. Aqua will go down. A double for Nasha. A great play from Twisted again under the turret.
And Sean has a feathered airstrike. Used at the right time. And he's not even playing Farsa anymore. And the tower juggle was beautiful by Twisted. Excuse me if I sound like I'm gushing too hard over what Twisted Minds does every game, but really, they're playing like absolute long-time veterans of the game against AP Bren right now.
You know what? That's not too far from the truth. Twisted Minds, despite them being rookies in the league, have been playing for years in the amateur scene. They are products of the MLBB ecosystem. James Banks in no man's land. All right, no one to hold him down.
Yeah,
Lansu not going to spend the curtain call for that. It's off of cooldown at the same time. James Banks now just picks up the tough boots, so it's not going to be so easy for Twisted Minds to catch him. I mean, it is a matter of time. 3,500 gold up. 0-4, nothing on the board for AP Bren so far, with a turtle spawning in about half a minute.
And I get it now. They are a product of our grassroots system here in the Philippines, and we're playing in dangerous grass.
You love grass.
I love grass.
I was born in it. Molded
by it.
Yep.
You merely adopted it.
Quite literally, we are not speaking in any metaphors, folks. Like, these dudes have literally grinded it out in barangay halls, in basketball courts, turned into esports stadiums for hundreds of their neighbors, friends and family. Like, that is where Twisted Minds grit their teeth.
They played with overheating devices because back then they didn't have the Infinix that we have now. In the summer heat of the Philippines, they would win tournaments in their neighborhood. X-Nova with the kick.
There's the kick. X-Nova going to be able to find the mark. Kaloy trying to buy the time. He's still going to be alive, though. They're going to fight under the turret again. Nasha there, forcing them back. They don't have to take this fight, but they will take the third turtle of the game.
That's what I call a warning shot to the face. Twisted Minds threatened them with a good time, and AP Brent spent too much to even contest, and that's a 100% turtle take rate for Twisted.
Like, you don't want this. You don't want this smoke.
Yeah. Let's see if AP Brent has the same smoke as Twisted, though. If they can this time pull a turnaround to force a game number 3.
This is the window.
Because I'm not going to be saying or thinking anymore that a team can't make a comeback. So far, Season 16 is the season of comebacks here for MPL Philippines. I'm not turning off the idea that AP Brent can shock us and deliver a game number 3.
Yep, the window is about to open. Again, after the 8-minute mark, if you held it down, you're getting more passive gold, and a comeback becomes more possible. Even kits, even items. If there's somehow Shizo hasn't died yet, he's able to go under the radar long enough to get his 3-item power spike, then AP Brent should get out of the woods here. Look at this.
Wow.
James Max is stealing away the orange.
Oh, they're going to drop the Zaman Force again. Last Insanity is going to be used, but this was all just to get the turret, the ultimate out from Lord JM. James Panks is just trying to find the scraps that he can. We saw MP the King have to do this in game 1.
Yeah.
So this is all James Panks can do for now. You know, try to get into a fighting form by the time the objective comes up for the Lord, but they're going to be forced off again. Aqua in trouble. He does get away, but they lose the mid turret now. Tier 1 down. What more does Twisted Minds find?
It's so deadly for Aqua. He just wants to get vision. He's in the right position. But then you just have Twisted Minds marking you so hard right now that this Farsa can't be effective.
Yeah, the roamer isn't exactly built for checking.
Yes.
In a normal map, the Cho has to randomly walk in and dash out of bushes to clear him. This time there's so much bush that you have to throw out skills.
Dangerous,
you
man.
Can't put Shizo and Nova and Aqua in trouble like that. You can't let him get in range.
Yeah, you have the X-Borg actually holding the roamer position. So even though it's X-Nova with the roam boots, in terms of their positioning, the vision getting, and the bigger sequences is actually Lord JM in front, while you have X-Nova playing off slightly from the wings because he's just looking for a good kick angle. But if ever, he can quickly go back to support, like he's supporting James Max right now.
Oh, let's see how this works. X-Nova might still try to go ahead and get some vision or a possible kick here. Lord JM will make his way too.
Good zone, good use.
James Panks in trouble. There's an AOG jumping forward. They're just zoning him off with this Lord. And meanwhile, in the mid, Shizu's going to push that lane down into the turret. They know they can't take this objective, so they'll try to get something.
It happened again. A warning shot to the face. Folks, Twisted Minds are actually allowing this. They are on purpose not forcing fights to go too deep against AP Brent because they have a clear direction. They have a call. She's over the MP.
Trying to get away. MP hunting him down. Here comes Sean. Has the last Insanity too. He'll use it anyway to cook up Shizu. And now they'll disengage. They got the kill they wanted, and they'll get ready to march towards the base of AP Brent.
The Silent got cooked.
God. Yeah, Shizu is cooked, and Sean is cracked right now. What a dash. Perfect. Dash forward. Shadow Strike. Last Insanity. X-Nova wasted his Jeet Kune Do third activation.
Oh, James Panks trying to get away. He can't get away either. Nasha will pick up a kill, and it's looking grim here for AP Brent. Lord still up top. Base shield, base turret goes down to the bottom side. The Lord will charge on in. They still have a Holy Shield in the mid too. Twisted 8,000 gold ahead. This is a massive lead for them, and Sean picks up another Last Insanity, ready to go ahead and jump forward. They'll force the fight anyway. A whole lot thrown at AP Brent that they can't do anything about. They have to force back to the fountain to heal up. They lost another turret, 2 turrets in the base.
All right, a little bit of silver lining here for the Hive. Their lineup is very good at clearing waves. You have the Granger, the X-Borg, and the Farsa. but this is going to be difficult since there's big back waves coming in from Twisted Minds from all directions. Bottom and top have already lost their inhibitors. Mid is the least favorable to defend.
Yeah, and the Farsa only has a glowing wand. Not even 5,000 gold lead cracked.
Oh.
The Valentina just cracked 7,000. It's a 2,000 gold lead right now for Sean. A whole full item. AP Brent's comeback here is now going to be a miracle if they can pull it off. And yes, as usual, it is now at that point where they can only make a comeback through a defense, through a blunder of Twisted Minds, trying to end the game a little bit too early, not checking the right conditions in trying to end the game, and AP Brent being able to counter that. At this point, not even like a really good kick from X-Nova will be able to give them something, because AP Brent does not have the damage to make the most out of a Way of the Dragon kick from the Cho.
Yep, and the damage profile that AP Brent has, it's a very specific kind of damage. The kick will only really make a good situation better.
Yeah.
It's not just the kick that matters. James Banks here building up towards the bruiser Lancelot, which again, I don't think is completely his decision, because they need a little bit of meat. There's really no front line for AP Brent right now.
Yeah, and he's getting taken down really fast. Here's a conceal. What's the play here for them? Do they just want to be able to get this buff? Not have it taken away.
It was all for the buff, Joseph.
Yep, goes for Shizu. Shizu's like, I'll take that. At this point, AP Brent can use anything. They know that they're in no contest form to really do with this Lord, so it's just, all right, let's get ready for this defense and hope that Twisted Minds makes a misstep here. Because that's the main thing. I think, you know, they're best with the lineup that they have to go ahead and try to defend this, but again, they're gonna have a whole lot collapse down on them, like we saw in the previous fight, where it was that last insanity that Sean had, and then the AOG from Kaloi. You know, you don't have much room to run if you're AP Brent and you're getting cut off like that from these ultimates being used from Twisted Minds.
So really trying to find an angle here for AP Brent is tough. Even the sustainability brought by the Gatakacha having a revitalize. Now Sean even has a Holy Crystal. Lightning Crunch of Blood Wings. This really could be it. It'll be a miracle if somehow AP Brent can hold on.
This is a rare occasion wherein there is no front line for one draft, that no glowing wand is needed for Sean. He literally is just building pure damage.
Yeah. He's got that big dam right now. Mid turret's going to be worked on. Lord is up top. AOG. Aqua has to flicker on out. He will be able to get the stun. There's the kick on the mark. MP's gone. The base still going to be worked on. They're still going for the defense. Lord JM has to flicker on out too. They're working on that Lord to clear it out. X-Nova now on the retreat. They clear out the Lord. They clear out the minions. But Twisted trying to end the game. They'll do it anyway. It's a sweep for Twisted Minds.
Back to their winning ways. Twisted Minds needed this victory. 2-0 against the Hive.
It really looked like AP Brent just ran out of gas after getting taken to the limit in game number 1, while Twisted, true to their fundamentals and their textbook execution and a little bit of spice that they've injected into our league, they did that in this series. What a win!
It was good, man. I mean,
it was very good.
That was clean. Like, game 2 was super clean. I didn't see there. It was hard to really look at where that possible moment for AP Brent could have been.
But we are still staying the course of AP Brent being the more experimental squad. Their game 2 draft, I'd like to revisit it after we hear from them in the post-match interview. But Twisted Minds really cornered AP Brent here. Let's go on over to the stage with our host. She'll be talking to the winners. It's Twisted Minds.
Getting back into the winning column, here are your winners, Twisted Minds! Guys, congratulations. This was a really good victory para sa inyo. Gaya ng nabanggit ng ating mga casters, it's a sweep, alright? After so long, ano ba to? Sean, completely na bang nakapag-adjust ang Twisted Minds considering na sweep ang nakuha nyo sa labang ito, or meron pa bang kailangan i-tweak after what happened yesterday?
Parang tech pick lang yung kahapon. Ayun, binigay namin yung best namin ngayon.
Alright. I see the confidence. Parang kung siguro 60% kahapon, ngayon medyo nasa 99% na.
And that was a clean execution sa kanilang match today. Sean, since nasa iyo na rin naman ang mic, naging maganda yung performance mo the past games that you've had. Lalo na yung game number 1 kanina with your Farsa. Ang dami mong naaabot na mga heroes. And kung babalikan natin yung graphics na nilabas ng MPL Philippines, 3 kayong rookies na entering this week na parang sinabi na no rookie mistakes the past week. Kayo ni Kaloy and Nosha, nasa top 1, 2, and 3 kayo sa ating leaderboards. Celebrating your milestone with your fans, ano ba yung tumatakbo sa isip nyo kapag nagkakaroon kayo ng mga ganitong achievements?
Parang nagre-relapse kami sa MDL namin kasi kami rin yung puro top 1 sa MDL eh. Parang gusto lang namin mapunta sa madalas hanggang sa MPL.
Do you take it as a challenge?
Hindi naman, para pinapakita lang namin yung kaya namin gawin sa mga fans para maganda laban lag.
You know, kung ano yung napatunayan nila nung nasa MDL sila, they're also bringing it here in the MPL MP. I want to know more about the conversations that you've had yesterday. Kasi kahapon, na talo kayo ng Team Falcons and they've broken their losing streak. What was the conversation like? Ano yung mga naging pag-uusap nyo? Pauwi? O kaya yung naging huddles nyo right after the match?
Siguro yung kahapon sa Team Falcons, kayang-kaya na namin tapusin yung mga laro eh. Parang madali na lang pero nakukulangan kami sa disiplina kaya yung mga openings na yon nakakapitalize ng Falcons.
Thus, the check ping na sinabi ni Sean kanina.
It was indeed a close fight din naman kahapon pero ang malayo naman yung stats. Ang makikita natin ay si Lansu.
Lansu!
From your former stats to now, sobrang layo ng difference sa iyong rookie season. Lansu, kung meron kang gustong sabihin sa old Lansu, ano yun?
Ano yun? Mahina yun eh. Iniwan ko na yun kasi sobrang basta down na ako nung dati. Parang walang nang motivate siya akin. Motivate. Nandito na si Coach Bon at Coach Eson.
Ayun
Yung mga coaches pala natin sa aking tabi.
Coach Bon, Coach Eson, kayo nga muna, ano ba ang sekreto? What made Lansu such a formidable XP laner now? Kasi dati, hindi siya satisfied nung nandito siya nung Season 12, pero ngayon, very happy siya with this performance. Ano bang proseso ang ginawa to be able to have this kind of kid?
Hinubog lang namin siya dito nung pagdating niya sa MPL, pero yun, pinapaalala lang namin ang number 34. Yun lagi. May kita nyo na lang minsan yun.
Okay. Sige, ano ba yung number? Alam mo, malalaman din namin yan later on. Siguro hindi pa namin gets eh. Pero Lansu, you also have 3 rookies together with you today na naging rookie ka din naman a few seasons ago. Kung meron kang laging sinasabi sa kanila as a piece of advice, bilang rookies din naman sila for the season, ano yun?
Wala, pinapalakas ko lang talaga loob nila. Kaya wala naman eh. Basta malakas loob mo, hindi talaga mo mararanasan na rookie ka eh. Parang kayang makipagsabayan sa lahat. Wala talagang takot.
Walang takot, kayang maipagsabayan. Were you satisfied with their performance today? And that was just an incredible moment. Mabilis ang shoutout. Sige, gawin mo na, Sean. Go! O, yun lang.
Shoutout sa mga fans, tsaka sa dalawang nandun. Shoutout sa inyo. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Sean. At maraming salamat sa ating winners, Twisted Minds! Just a solid, all-out performance coming in from Twisted Minds. This is the first sweep of week number 5.
That was indeed a great bounce back para sa match nila kahapon. What a clean execution para sa Twisted Minds.
And with that being said, we're gonna toss it right back to our casters para pag-usapan ang laban.
Thanks, Hans. And Odin, once again, some words with Twisted Minds. Again, a dominant sweep, decisive in their win, and you can see it in their faces. And you know, if you spoke Tagalog, you would understand. They really needed this dub.
They did, and also, yeah, first sweep of the week 5 here. I think this is. It was apparent that they were able to go ahead and clean up some of the mistakes that we had seen in previous games of theirs or previous matches here. Of course, our MVP for Game 2 is going to be Nasha here, 3-0-2 on the Harith. It definitely got things rolling, but it's fun. It's so funny because Renmar mentioned that, you know, maybe the idea of the X-Borg was to go ahead and play into the Zaman Force. It was weird how it worked out because Sean was there for Nasha that was like, I have my own Last Insanity. I'll go ahead and use, or my own Feathered Airstrike, which allowed Nasha to just have these winning fights or winning skirmishes.
Yeah, it was a checkmate move. It really looked like we saw one team that had ideas garnered from their scrims and another team that saw the same thing and already had the counter prepared. AP Brand picking up this X-Borg. Again, it felt like an idea to just hold the lane. Not really the easiest task in the world to take an X-Borg down while he's laning, and you sort of just like stunt the CC a bit in terms of what you want to do because you have an X-Borg who can manage it somewhat okay, delaying what CC can bring to the rest of the map for Twisted Minds. But when you translate that into the team fighting scenarios, when you have a Valentina on the other side to think about, everything changes. Because now you have another Last Insanity on the side of Twisted Minds to deal with. And this is one of the few times that we actually got to see Sean use it to great effect. And every time he used it, it was a nightmare to deal with. It seems like the gun that AP Bren came with into this battle was just used against them.
Twisted Minds, I'd like to think that no matter how AP Bren drafted, if Twisted Minds end up with a draft like this, we would see the same results.
Yeah.
Because there was very little interaction.
Yeah.
The fact that Twisted Minds never really pushed the advantage. Again, a lot of these fights, what was it? Oh, see, look, 1-6. This is a very Filipino MLBB kill score.
Yeah.
They were just doing checks until they were sure that they could walk away with a win. And then a lot of these deaths actually happened towards the end game.
I think it was great too, because when you look at it, the early game was so dominant, 3 for 3 in the Turtles right off the bat for Twisted, that it was almost like AP Bren knew, like, oh damn, you know what, like we can't really fight this, like we can't really find that window in these early fights, so let's just kind of hunker down if we can and get what we can. Because you know, anytime they showed up to try to make something happen, again, a lot of those early things were coming from X-Nova's kicks with the Way of the Dragon, but then they realized, like, we can't really capitalize on it. You know, we were lacking so much, and even Shizu never really had the opportunity to shine on the Granger and pump out that damage. And even Aqua, man, Aqua himself had a hard enough time setting up a Feathered Airstrike.
He wasn't very Aqua-like.
He was not Aqua-like here.
Yeah. Again, I felt like at some moments it just felt like aggression. They tunnel visioned a little bit too hard and getting an advantage when they really needed to, but it just wasn't the right timing. Twisted Minds obviously just had the tempo set for them. X-Nova and Aqua, they were looking just mainly at the kills to try and turn things around, the pickoffs that they can dish with. But then, again, you're going up against a very tanky fighter jungler. Like, that's not the right call.
Yeah, just to wrap it all up in a nice little package. I mean this in the most objective and sweetest ways. AP Bren, their draft and their gameplay, it seemed like they weren't all on the same page. That was never the case all throughout this 14-minute game. Like there was only like 1 or 2 parts of that draft that felt like they were trying to do something else.
Yeah.
That they needed to be on the same page to answer to what Twisted Mind was doing.
Yeah, it just didn't seem, I don't know. Again, AP Bren, maybe it was the carryover from game 1 too. It just didn't seem like things were clicking the way they wanted to. BPI Rich Guy, Nasha here, 758. Again, this is a quick game too, 14-ish minutes, you know, and it was more so Nasha just capitalizing on what the team was able to do for him, and he held his own in the lane too.
Yeah. A lot of things for AP Bren to look back, going to just in terms of how they want to draft, how they want to execute really in game. Again, similar to what you said earlier, I don't want to pinpoint on this X-Borg pick way too much, because looking back at it now with how Twisted Minds, just the lineup they ended up with, the fact that they got the Prio on the Harith, they got a strong burst mid laner who does really well in dangerous grass. I think that's another learning here. In dangerous grass, look out for Valentina.
Let's listen to how their comms went. This is Twisted Minds Infinix mic check.
Sinipan ako, sinipan ako, boy. Mapi, makapunta ka? 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Belsak na rin ako. Sinipan na. Alawa ka, pre. Hindi ko papalikin to, ha?
Gaya, wag ko mapapalikin, P. Gaya, pamita ko, pre.
Pasok ka. Ako nakatangke.
Patay niya para sa ward.
natin yung para. Bibigyan na ako.
Dalawa tali ako, dalawa. Lance siyempre, Lance
Okay lang,
tali ako.
okay lang.
Wala nang lipat yung para.
Pre, one step at a time lang ha.
Yeah. Disiplina guys ha.
Trade kung trade pre.
Dito siya sa akin ha. Kalmado to la, paputok tayo.
Kaya namin.
Ano, pwede niyong birahin yung biraga ni Jay mamaya sa Lord.
Sisira, itlogin natin to, walang papapatay.
Yeah, GG.
Tapos ito, walang magmamadali ha.
Huwag mo kalin yung mita, huwag yung
Uncharacteristically, it's the XP and the gold that are the most outspoken.
The side laners.
Yeah, the side laners. It's always fun to hear the different styles of comms from our winning teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, there's a new skin out in the client. Check it out. You can celebrate Onyx victory in M6. The Joy Onyx PH Pass will be available, starting yesterday. The starter pass includes the M6 Championship skin, Joy Onyx Philippines, and more exclusive in-game items. Join Joy's Onyx PH campaign in your very own road to champion. I got it. There's no other way to go but the premium run.
There isn't. But you can also get more because there's also the Finals MVP skin, Beatrix, the Skyforce Maverick will also be available on September 20th. So that's started yesterday for 30% off during the first week of the M6 Finals MVP. Kelra added a very personal touch by including his son's name, Slake, printed on the outfit. So get ready to fight alongside Beatrix, Skyforce Maverick, and claim your own MVP. So grab it while they're all discounted, man.
Yeah,
grab it.
One of the biggest reasons why I started playing Beatrix again, and I think I'm going to try to incorporate Joy EXP back into my rotation in EXP lane heroes. I'm ready to get destroyed, but at least I look good doing it.
Joy EXP, what is this?
How about Joy Roam?
No. Joy EXP
brother, no.
You can throw back to like M4.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit of Brazil's best. Takashi used to do that. Yeah. It's a little tanky. You got to build a little tanky, but yeah, folks, Joy and Matrix Onyx PH skins out. We got one more best of 3 coming our way. That is
Liquid TNC.
Gonna be a banger. Yeah.
Liquid TNC. I don't know, man. I actually thought we were going 3 games for this one.
Yeah.
You were ready for it.
I was ready for it, but
no. Think about it linguistically.
A
cavalry is just a part of the army.
Just a part.
So if you think about it from that perspective, maybe TNC. Maybe that's why Ben thinks predicted that.
Or maybe he's from TNC prior.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Let's roll over to the Howl. Talk about the K2V.
Malino sa drafting katulad ng Twisted Minds.
Opo, Master.
Ito kailangan mong gawin. Twisted Minds Gummies. Ayos ba yun? Galing sa community natin yan.
Maraming salamat po, Daul.
Okay, sige po ka muna doon. Ang naging malaking factor sa laban na to, lalong-lalo na sa game number 2 ay yung amazing na drafting mula sa Twisted Minds, lalong-lalo na with their hero counters. And unfortunately, APBR, masasabi na natin, in-overthink talaga nila ang draft na to at nag-overreact, especially with that X-Borg last pick na kinounter lang seamlessly ng isang Valentina. Isa po sa mga classic counters sa X-Borg ang Valentina at laging hindi na to dapat pinipick kapag available pa yung mid laner na yun. Katulad ng sa Grak na din. Kaya nga naman, napakadali ng laban na to para sa side ng Twisted Minds. At apart from that, alam naman natin, this is the Sean Series. 0 deaths in 2 games, maximum impact, the man of action, napakagaling pumosisyon dito ng ating monster mid laner na talaga naman kailangan ng pag-usapan. A very good rookie performance from Sean allows Twisted Minds to be so dominant in this series. Kaya kung kayo gusto nyong gumaling sa pag-mid lane, kung gusto nyong gumaling sa pagda-draft, sundan natin at kumain kayo ng Twisted Minds candies. Yan po ang ating first series of the day. Later on, we still have our star match. It's TLPH going up against TNC. Okay nga, Alice, magbabalik ang MPLPH Season 16 at kakain muna kami ng Twisted Minds candies.
Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas, kahit anong lane, we become the monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas, face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Look at us, to the top, no ifs, no buts, winning any game para to sa PINAS. Di mo matitinag aming boses sa new level. Nasa kalye man o mobile, you know I become a legend. Listen, open fire, we unite, we winners. But with pressure, like diamonds are made of. Switching lane na parang gera, HP racing made a setup. Pagkakatang buhat ni Hilda, full dome SS parang Laila. Susundan ko ang wakas, kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Laging MVP, no surrender, no retreat. Pag nagsama-sama, just imagine what we can achieve. Laging MVP, no surrender, no retreat. Giving 100 on my all, cause we just cannot be defeated. We are unstoppable, immune and invulnerable. Ready ang equipment, lahat frozen, mala, crowd control. Pakita on the jab, east to the southeast. Taas ang matawa, proud and loud, cause every enemy we devour. Susundan ko ang iyong wakas, kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas, kahit anong the monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas, face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, reunite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, reunite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, reunite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we the stars.
Tonight there's about to be sparks as these two teams get into action for our final best of 3. You hear the echoes of their lineups coming through the arena. My name is Leo. This right here is Naisu with Renmar Santa Cruz. It's us, We Bear Bros, calling the action on the last day of week 5.
I didn't know if my sparkle got you. Did you see my action, my sparkle action?
You did. It
Yeah.
stopped me for a second.
And for a moment, it just took away the usual distraction that is the twinkle in your eyes.
Oh.
I think that's what he was talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, you get more data, more GG. Experience the winning power of Smart's Only 5G and enjoy it with the Smart Digital Prepaid eSIM.
Smart, the simply reliable telco partner of the MPL. Victories you can count on.
So, we are down to our last contest, a best of 3 between Team Liquid Philippines, the defending champions, going up against TNC Pro Team. These two teams, they've been cooking.
Yeah, they've been cooking. They've been serving us flavor. So if you're looking for that marinade, saute, or just for the flavor, you can use Knorr liquid seasoning for, I say this, literally everything.
Everything.
That stands true. In my kitchen.
Yep. Sarap Panal, I still have some sachets from last season. That's how much I've been cooking. This tournament is monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board. Real quick, a recap before we talk about the incoming best of 3. Twisted Minds have returned to their winning ways, sweeping AP Bren for so many different reasons. A lot happened in the span of 2 games. So what do you guys recall?
I recall the dangerous grass, back-to-back, by the way. But also the fact that I just feel like watching Twisted Minds, especially in Game 2, very clean the way they executed things. They played very synergistically with each other, and I think they corrected a lot of the mistakes we saw previously in their matches. And also AP Bren, like, I don't know, man. Game 2's draft, I don't want to go too much into it, but I just think they weren't able to execute.
Yeah, they've Twisted Minds previously have made the point of saying in interviews that MPL Philippines is a league that you cannot be a coward in. You have to be fearless with engagements, with your decisions in the drafting, and especially in the team fighting. That's how we saw Twisted Minds put themselves in still the same position, but in a better points lead compared to TNC, Omega, AP Bren, and Falcons. That being in this spot, winning earlier, means that they are getting closer to solidifying themselves as the 4th place team if that record can continue and if Team Liquid Philippines can beat TNC in this matchup.
And it's not like it matters to be 3rd or 4th, but it just means going into the latter half of Season 16, you're more secured for your playoffs standing. Nothing really moved much in the lower half, but mind you, if TNC take down Liquid in this coming bout, that would inch them closer to encroaching on the Twisted Minds space. Again, a point between Twisted Minds and TNC. Did you think that would have been possible in week 1 or 2?
I surely didn't, but you know, it's definitely a part of the case here so far for Season 16, and we've got an interesting matchup between these 2 legends right here.
It's the Daddy and the Mamba.
The Daddy and the Mamba.
Oh my gosh, JP Chakno, I know this is already the 2nd round, but seeing them in a meta space that puts a lot of pressure into roamers with potential surprising picks, and of course, 2 of the most legendary figures in our sport in the Philippines. This is going to be a good one.
I'd say even in the world. Despite Chakno not having won an MPL title of his own, he has found success in the Mid-Season Cup, then known as the
Southeast Asian
Cup. That's right. I almost forgot. He still is an icon. People still remember his Grok. People remember his Cho. People remember his Kufra. And that's why we have to echo to the past. You have to recall and remember that these 2 teams and a lot of the players that play for them now found themselves in different teams to find themselves here tonight, locked in a best of 3.
And I think that's one of the things, because like we mentioned, you know, Benny Cutie, 3 Marzaina, they've all been part of the old Echo, right? The Echo Express. And you have to think that when we have these players like shuffle around, whether it's different parts of the world, whether it's different teams, they bring some of that identity with them to each of the teams that they've gone to and to where they currently are now. As you can see here, you know, like it was for 3 Marzaina and Benny Cutie, and I think they've brought their own flavors of maybe that aggressive play style that fits also in the current of what we're seeing from the Phoenix Army for TNC.
Yeah, and they need to continue that. Zaida, I feel like, is still one of the most incredibly underrated junglers in MPL Philippines.
For sure.
The man is consistent. Rare that you'll find him in an error. It's just because the other team is putting so much respect in his name that they are hunting down for him every moment of the game. 3mar at the same time has launched himself into the territory of what he was once in Season 9, the EXP laner to watch out for and the EXP laner to beat way back then. He's still a little bit far from that, but you're starting to really see the shades of that. And of course, the Storm, Benny Cutie. We gotta talk about the fighters in the gold lane, because a few little birds tell me that maybe, just maybe, similar to what we've been seeing in other regions, that we might see it here in the Philippines, and it's this man bringing it back.
When you talk about Benedict Gonzalez, you think of 2 things. Number 1, split pushing. Man single-handedly changed the way the game works. And of course, his iconic fighters in the gold lane. You'll see that he played a lot of Yuzhong, a lot in Season 9. And what? 100%? Win rate on a Paquito Gold in that same season?
Yeah, when we were talking about it earlier in the meeting, I did not remember the Yuzhong, but then suddenly I started remembering, wait, Paquito Gold Lane was a thing in that season because of that Yuzhong. Revisiting, he was 100%. And that's because that's how the whole Echo Express, the House of Highlights, began on the back of Gold Lane fighter Benny.
And we're in a place now where this could potentially pop up again. Like, we have room for, we've already seen shades of it, you know, right? Some of these fighters come up. Rubies, CC, you know, a bunch of different things. And so what better person to be able to go ahead and dip into that hero pool like Benny Cutie?
Helkert. It's not Benny. That's Netsky.
That's Netsky. But, you know, who knows? I think it's healthy, though.
Anything is possible.
Yeah,
And again,
it's
you cannot be afraid. There are no cowards in MPL Philippines. Real quick, a community poll. I hope you're not cowards with your opinion on this. Which flex role is the most valuable in this new patch? Assassins in Rome, Fighters in Gold, Assassins in Mid, or others? I think just as it is, we're seeing more B.
Yeah.
And
I'm waiting for A, though, man.
I think everyone in the world is waiting for A. I'm actually an others guy. Fighters in mid.
Fighters in mid?
I do miss me a lane bully Yuzhong.
Right, yes, sir.
A Lapu-Lapu in mid.
Yeah.
Kurtizi used to do this.
Yeah.
My Kaja in mid this season is 2-0 in my RG.
Oh, like a mid-mid.
Mid.
Yes, I want the Assassins in Rome, man. Because I as someone who plays Rome a lot, it's like I want to be able to go ahead and pick that without getting like flamed. You know what I mean? Like in the draft already.
So we need a pro to play it and win.
So then everyone's like, okay, it's obviously allowed.
How about an others? Marksman in mid. I'm missing my Beatrix is in mid. I see you RK3 from season 8. And how about Popol and Koopa in mid? Hell, throw them in Rome. I don't care.
Popol and Koopa in mid, I miss. Nathan in mid, I miss as well. Popol and Koopa mid just absolutely shreds through towers like nobody's business.
I think it'd be a good role, actually. Now,
right?
It's like in the current way.
That dog just sniffing dudes out.
Yeah.
Like, XP gold,
XP gold.
Thank you.
Paired up with a fighter in the mid with a lot of crowd control. Imagine trying to run away from a Kaiju mid and a Popol and Koopa roll.
You can't.
Or a Popol Koopa Lapu-Lapu duo.
That too.
You can't run away.
You can't. You take it and you say next.
Or you run away and you just give up your turret.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
And then go again.
Don't give death.
Go harder.
Yeah, go harder.
And then you can't because it's a scaling mid.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like we're just like wishing for a lot of things here, but try these out in your ranked games. Again,
in your classic games.
I'm encouraged.
In your classic games.
Do it in rank. Do it in rank. It's your time to shine. All y'all with crazy ideas, play it in your ranked games right now. But make sure that
be
you don't
part of the dark system.
Don't feed, yeah. If you don't want the dark system to beat you, be the dark system.
Be molded by it. Or no, be born in it.
Born in it.
And molded by it.
The opinions of 2 Bear Bros do not represent the opinions of all of the Bear Bros.
It says the Bane player.
Yeah.
Hey, if Bane comes out, you know that the weird sounds you hear are coming from me, all right? I will attest to that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our teams making their way into the arena once again. This is Team Liquid Philippines and TNC Pro Team.
The cavalry marching towards the land of dawn. It's Sanford, Carl Teasy, Sanji, JP, and Oheb. They are the MSC champions and the defending champions of the Philippines, Team Liquid! Versus the Phoenix Army gearing for battle. 3mar, Zaida, Lancy, Chakno, and Benny Cutie. Kailan ang laban ng TNC? Ngayon na! It's TNC Pro Team! Overseeing and upholding the tournament's integrity, our marshals for this match are Joshua, JJ, Patrick, and Jeff. And the coaches for Team Liquid Philippines, Coach RC. For TNC Pro Team, Coach Finding Hito. All right, let's do this one more time. Cavalry, Phoenix Army, mag-ingay!
Let's talk about the defending champions, the Cavalry, Team Liquid Philippines.
I'll give it to you one more time here. Red Marit, Sanford, Carl Teasy, Sanji, JP, and OHEP, TLPH champions, like we mentioned, and of course, a dominant force to be reckoned with. Still playing up to that speed of, the Liquid Express, a Liquid Stampede, everything else that we've seen from them. Again, it's really hard to look at where the weak points are for TLPH because they execute things and draft so well.
Yeah, for TNC Pro Team, they are coming off of what was a heartbreaking loss against Omega in the very first match of this week. However, you're starting to see the monster hidden in this team. They really just need to find that stream of consistency, across the board. But teams going up against TNC are starting to really look at the fact that sometimes they just let a little bit of their macro slip. Surprising with Benny Cutie there, but TNC are being a little bit more dependent with Benny Cutie being in fights. Take care of the macro a little bit better, maybe TNC, and then you'll have a chance against Liquid.
It sounds like a fighter is in need for TNC because a fighter is always online. A fighter rarely cares about macro because you just deathball from there. Looking at the stats head-to-head, I can't believe it, but TNC and TLPH are actually neck and neck. Some categories like drawing first blood, TNC is better at. All this while, Lord Control, again, you're talking about Count Easy, the GOAT, he's just better at that as well. But Turtle Control, so leading up to the bigger objectives, TNC wins.
It's partly because of just the way I feel like when TNC came into season 16, it was really nice to see this newfound synergy that they made work. And again, there's so much experience here between these players and they're able to execute things even around the objectives. And I think they can start things quickly too. They're one of those teams that can get a burn going and maybe match the Stampede here.
Let's see how they prepped and listen to the Smart 5G ping test as we dig deep into their mics.
May sakit na mga tao, guys. Nalagdat mga tao. Low. Uy, ano na? Ano? Topic, boy. Favorite kong map? Ay, di ako tinanong. Paano yan? Favorite ko sa Project Next yung Flying Cloud. Kasi pangarap kong maging si Goku. Yung favorite map ko, guys, yung Flying Clouds, yung mga lumilipad. Ang angas eh. Ang cute, parang pag sa base na naglilipad na lahat. Dapat ito may kitsuri eh. Anyway. Tigas mo Shout kay 4D guys. Miss na kita. 4D, laki ng katawan mo, Ford. Nakakamotivate. Dito ko lang. Ano yan? Drop me.
Woo! Just to break the fourth wall here, both players are not talking to each other.
Yeah.
They were just saying things in sequence that, oddly enough, line up.
It was nicely edited.
Yeah, we have to translate one thing that Lancey was able to say. Sanford, your body is huge.
He's jacked.
He's
been in the gym.
Man's been drinking his creatine. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to the Infinix Keys to Victory brought to us by Wolf. Let's listen to the howl.
You need more muscles.
Welcome to the Howl. Ako pala si Wolf, bringing you the Infinix Keys to Victory. Our featured match for today, TLPH going up against TNC. Para sa dalawang teams natin, they have to protect their side of the jungle from invasions, kung malaki man yan o maliliit, mga small green camps or yung mga big bucks. Hindi natin sinasabing mahina ang dalawang teams when it comes to them being invaded. Exactly the opposite ang makikita natin dito. Magaling sila actually magdakaw ng mga green camps sa kanilang mga kalaban. That's Zyda as well as Carl Tizzy and the way nilang pinoprotektahan din yung kanilang mga jungle. Ngayon, bakit ito yung kailangan nilang gawin? Because we know that in the changes we have for the Project Next, kailangan mas pinoprotektahan mo na yung mga jungle creeps mo. Humina yung nakuha nating gold from these sides of the map. So, lalo kang ma-delay kapag nananakawan ka pa ng mga nakakalaban mo. Now for TNC specifically, kailangan nilang i-high pick yung mid lane heroes at preferably makakuha ng stronger mid duo draft. Sakaling makakuha sila ng isang Kimi or ng isang Jushin, make sure lang na mapoprotektahan din ito with a Grok for example. Kasi yung nakikita natin mula dito sa side ng TNC, kapag nalulugi sila ng hero sa mid lane, lalo silang hindi nakakakilos sa mapa. And now for TLPH, ang kailangan nilang gawin ay i-punish yung slow lord setups dito ng TNC. Kapansin-pansin na ang TNC ay magaling mag-setup ng kanilang mga lord fights at lumalaban sila sa mga ganitong senaryo. Pero minsan ay napapabagal nila to. In fact, pag nakita natin yung pagkatalo ng TNC dun sa most recent na laban nila ay dahil yun sa kanilang mabagal na pag-setup doon sa mga lord fights. If TLPH punishes this, mahihirapan ang TNC kumilos. Yan po ang ating bakbakan ng TLPH versus TNC. Back to the casters.
Very evident that in the Howl, we'll focus a lot on the roam mid trio. Greatly so because, again, Zyda, Carl TZ have been really good this season. But there are two picks I'm looking at that is going to be in high contention between these two prolific roamers in JP and Chaknu. Actually, I'll add a third one there. Franco, Khalid, Mathilda. I feel like those are going to be some of the key hidden trades that these two teams really need to play for. Especially since after yesterday, actually not just yesterday, even in day one, we started seeing so much more Khalid perform very well.
And Daddy JP being the more prolific Mathilda user, their pick and blue side, Liquid could use the draft to kind of obfuscate the fact that if the Gatot doesn't get picked in the first phase, or even the Baksha in the first phase, and then TNC don't see the Mathilda coming, they could go blue 4 and 5 Mathilda.
This is why I love seeing TLPH draft too, just because there's a lot of things that they can do, a lot of flexing that they're able to pull off here, just with how deep the hero pool gets and even the difference in terms of Carl TZ being in the jungle. But we can see that from TNC too. They mentioned Cloud. Oh man. It's dangerous grass again and again and again.
I like big grass.
He loves grass.
I like dangerous grass, and I cannot lie.
Wait,
you other brothers can't deny.
Given the triple dangerous grass starter we had in today's broadcast, this
it's 3 in a row
adjusts the current standing because again, 65 to 70% of all games in the first 2 days of broadcast were broken walls and river expansion.
Yes.
So we're kind of evening out, leaving flying clouds in the dust.
So now, as we head into the draft, look at some of the key bans here. So obviously the Baksha getting taken out by Team Liquid Philippines is not only a strong jungle pick for Zyda, but could have potentially been a flex pick for Chaknu in the roam. Something they have shown before, while especially the chip in dangerous grass is a danger and a must ban. So you're gonna start looking more for bans such as these, including the Angela as well, because more heroes can place themselves in dangerous scenarios trying to look for pick-off. Lancelot, you mentioned, is open and most likely will be picked up. There we go. TNC Pro Team would probably want to look at picking up a strong EXP lane roam flex, maybe an EXP lane, and then if they can, consider taking away the Juicin away from Sanji. Because if Lancy can end up with the Juicin and then you don't have the best hero that Sanji loves to play and bully in the center of the map with, then that's a plus for TNC.
Okay. I think that I like that. So maybe they go this route. They pick up the XP lane, the flex. What would that be though? There's like you mentioned, there's a Juicin on point.
Yep, has to be a Juicin. For the EXP. You don't need to rush the jungle right now. Just pick up the Lap or the CC, maybe?
The Arlo is good because the Fovi's already banned out.
Oh, you're right.
I wonder if they're racing for that.
Yeah.
My life.
Oh, wow. They picked their core right away.
Okay, so no fighter Benny.
Yeah, straight up Benny Cutie Harith. And with the Fovi's gone, actually, yeah, Team Liquid Philippines have picked into the scenario. I think Glue would for Sanji. Maybe even a...
choose my own path.
Oh wait, no, okay. Yeah, they go for Arlot.
They punished the whole Arlot no prio in the first 2 red picks. So they steal it away. Currently the win rate on this Arlot in the hands of the Apex Predator is 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Not bad. Pretty good. But Carl TZ is also sitting at a 2 out of 3.
Yeah. I think the NC Pro Team, if they're not going to ban it out later, they could consider taking away, picking up the God Kacha. They can just go ahead and pick up their jungler now so that they don't run out of it. However, there could be a chance that they'll consider about picking that later in the draft, considering there's a lot of options on the board. Even if the Hayabusa for Zyda gets taken out,
because I saved
there's a lot you can go for. So yeah, they just go ahead and pick up their Yisun Shin. Okay, so they really want to prioritize getting good matchups in the EXP lane and making sure that Chakno ends up with a strong roamer. It's going to be a tough choice here because even if you pick up a Khalid, the risk of that is that you're actually just going to get countered by an R-Lot. Surprisingly enough, the quicksand guard, sometimes an R-Lot user would save the final slash to stop that, and the next thing you know, your main roamer is gone.
Oh yeah, because I would just stop the quicksand guard, right?
Yep.
Like you would just scoop him up, and because that's always like one of the power moves of Khalid, man. You know, quicksand guard tanks up a lot of stuff, and you can work around that.
And that's the key here. You draft Khalid when you can see that it's not so simple to quicksand guard because CC is on demand. So we see now the Hylos, the Uranus getting banned out. I think the coast is still clear. If it's just the Arlet that has hard CC this early and, you know, as simple to trigger, Khalid is still a go.
Yeah, I really like just the combination of the R-Lot and the Kimmy alone. So it's like, what else are they thinking for TLPH to go ahead and cook up and bring to that crowd control? And that's why I think for TNC, like they got to be kind of aware of that, obviously, and play into countering that, because we have seen where like R-Lots alone, like the final slash, it's like it's almost like one of those hooks, man. It's like the iron hooks from the Franco or the bite down. It's like, yeah, you might miss some, but there's sometimes it's like that one final slash that can change the course of a game.
Experience. Sometimes the final slash adds an element of something to really watch out for if you're Benny QT, that you really have to save their Purify, because if you're not careful, you're under the Zaman Force. Sanford can just scoop up with a final slash, although we'll probably see it used more for initiation. I'd want to see JP still think about rocking a tanky roamer. Gotcha wasn't bad at all, so TNC might actually be considering scooping it up, because if they end up with a Gatot for JP and then an R-Lot for Sanford, that's not going to be doing TNC any favors.
Gatot and Grok.
Oh, Grok too, actually,
are solid picks still out in the wild.
I think a Grok would be a great pickup for TNC. I'd rather they get the Grok than TLPH get it.
That's interesting that we haven't seen. I mean, like, Grok is still useful, but I feel like he hasn't been picked up as much. They're going to go to Gatakacha anyway.
Okay.
So
Liquid has never played Grok.
Yeah.
I'm chill with it. I like it.
But I'm pretty sure JP can.
Yeah.
Does he just... No, I was going to say, not Matilda.
Oh, wait a minute. What if it's Oheb who ends up with a fighter gold?
Whoa.
Because the Granger's gone. Carries a mismatch.
Moskov.
Yeah, Moskov.
Oh, yeah, Moskov's still there.
Fine, brother. You can even Claude if you want to.
Yeah, you have nothing to worry about when you go in. Maybe just a taunt from the Gatakacha, but you'll have the Purify on you anyway.
Yeah.
However, there's, not enough damage as well from the Yisun-Shin. Even when you dive in, the Blazing Duet takes him down fast enough.
Football and games.
Oh my God, it's still the Matilda, currently 100% in MPL Philippines in 16, and of course the Bruno. How can we forget?
I don't know why I doubted myself. I did say Matilda. And I was like, oh, maybe not, but yeah. Matilda.
It's a great pickup. Matilda Bruno was played yesterday.
Yep.
Which series was that? It was either first or second. I can't recall. No, wait, it was Onic. Yeah, it was Matilda. It was Brusco, Matilda, Calra, Bruno. And then they just ran over Liquid from that. Also, it looks like Liquid's applying something that they saw yesterday.
They like what they saw, man.
Yeah, they like what they saw from that lineup against Onic, and now they're applying it. So, 3-Mar? Oh, this is a tough choice for him. A Lapu? Oh, there.
Easy.
And it will soon be a burial
This is
ground.
one of his best picks alongside the Arlot.
And that activates the 3-Mar playstyle. It allows him to be aggressive. He'll have a Gatakacha to help cover for him, and even Lancey Juicin as well. Similar to what we saw yesterday, though, TNC Pro Team needs to be careful.
Yep.
As Team Liquid played the Yisun-Shin against a lineup that had the Matilda and Bruno and was just run over fast, as the Matilda is just too fast with setting the tempo. So maybe this time it's Team Liquid's turn to dish that against their opponents. TNC, let's see if they learned something from watching TLPH versus Onic yesterday.
The numbers agree with the Cavalry, and I'm looking at their stats all throughout season 16. Yesterday, they were destroyed by this Matilda Bruno. They've never played Bruno in season 16.
Never?
Yep. Oheb played Bruno in his debut season with the Cavalry, but not in season 16 yet. This is his first time playing it this season.
It's a debut.
Well,
it's a debut. Yes, it is.
It's a debut.
Yes, debut. I know.
I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Welcome to game number 1 in a best of 3. It's Liquid versus TNC. And I love how Liquid are so
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Like, again, there's no time to wallow and lick their wounds. You just use what works.
You see it and then you try it yourself, you know? Could be one of the things here, but yeah, I think the main thing for TNC, looking at this too, with this kind of lineup is, again, being able to play into the fact that they have a good amount of crowd control themselves. They've got the Jushin to help them with these team fights. 3Mar's done relatively well on the Lapu Lapu too.
Yeah, okay. So yesterday in the loss of Team Liquid against Onyx in game number 3, two of the main reasons why that happened is because Team Liquid again rotated faster around the Matilda, and most importantly, the Bruno absolutely dominated the Harith in lane. Yes, Oheb was playing this matchup yesterday, but on the other side. So let's see if we learned something, but so far it seems like Benny Cutie is playing a significantly more conservative position in lane, not allowing Oheb to get any free hits as he's playing mainly around the bush. So he's just playing for last hits in the minion, trying for the light pokes against the Bruno, but really not giving him a chance to take him down quickly.
I love how Oheb, though, his loadout says otherwise. He went with the attack speed and then just built a random robe. Like, just, I know that you're going to fight back, Benny.
Allows him to give a little bit more sustain. The red tree.
Feel the red tree, Benny. Like, that was basically what happened here. But
Baby Cake's at it.
Yeah.
He's at it.
Yeah.
But he's going to help Oheb a little bit too, though, because this is, like, matchup-wise, the Bruno versus the Harith, I feel like it's going to be hard until what's Oheb's first item going to be here? Is like, does he go...
It's usually Starly.
Oh, wait, Oheb,
sorry,
yeah.
excuse me.
Haslas?
Haslas, yeah. Oh, that's big that they got Lancy down that low, and it's gonna be a while for him to hit level 4, but look at the dangerous grass. Good positions being held by TNC. I think they have a very good shot at actually being able to steal this away. Lancy already level 4.
Yeah, they've got positioning here. Carl Teasy's going to work on his purple buff. He'll be able to grab that. Chaknu charges up the Unbreakable. They're going to be able to catch JP. JP will flicker on out, has the shield to help him too. They're going to re-engage. They're going to go for it. JP falls now. Carl Teasy might join the fight. He's not sure if he wants to go for the kill or go for the turtle. He's going to work on 3Mar now. No, jumping on in. Sanford as well. Chaknu falls down the 1-for-1 trade. The fight for the turtle will still happen here, but TLPH has an advantage, and they'll push the rest of TNC out.
Even when the Matilda got taken out early, JP was at a fourth of his health even before the fight started. It looks like the sustain, just innate in Liquid's draft, got him there.
Good thing that Team Liquid Philippines were able to trade that out. Objective also going under their side. Oheb actually double lane during that sequence, so he left gold, went to mid, cleared that, went back to gold, so he could have a slight lead over Benny Cutie. You see it in the EXP, and we will see it in the gold.
Oh, he's got a good lead.
Yeah, that's a good lead. 3 minutes, okay. So now that's something we have to watch out for here, whether or not TNC will have an answer to Oheb being able to double lane freely. He's also getting the beetle from Carl Teasy's jungle.
He's getting a lot, man.
I think he got the big ones and left the small one for Carl.
Oh, Baby Cake's sharing.
Yeah. No, good. Nah, it's still the big one. Nah, he didn't get it.
This does put Carl Teasy up a full level from Zyda. So this now goes into Wolf's first key to victory for these two teams is you got to protect your side of the jungle. And it looks like Carl is already encroached in. That's a Mount Shocker.
Wow.
They fail to hunt down the Apex Predator.
Yeah, Lancy popping the Crimson Beacon for that was a bit of a miscalculation. There really are times where Lancy needs to watch when he uses his ultimate. So what if he had it now, and then after clearing the middle minion wave, he could use it for an aggressive play here alongside Chaknu. They could have checked a little bit better and have more tools to potentially go for a bigger fight. And without that, now there's even more resources for Team Liquid Philippines. Oheb has Hasclaws.
Oheb's got the Hasclaws. Look at this, though. He's a whole level ahead Benny Cutie, too, just because he's been all over the map here. There's a jump in, though, under the turret. They're going to fight it out anyway. Benny Cutie joining the fight, too. A flicker forward. 3Mar could be in trouble. They're good set up with the final slash under the turret. Now Chaknu takes too many shots from the turret as well. Not a favorable positioning for TNC on that one.
They can't fight under the Zaman Force just yet. TLPH leaned hard into that. And I love how Sanji used his body as bait. Like, he overextended 3Mar. They killed him, and they took his flicker, too.
Yeah, I don't think the TNC Pro team added to their calculation the potential of Sanford coming in with just a final slash. Either that, or they just accepted the fact that they will get set up like that and countered, and they were just hoping that they could have a response to it. TNC needs to slow down a bit.
Oh, here we go. Turtle. There's the jump in from Chaknu. Carl Teasy is still going to be able to get the turtle.
Man.
And they just delete 2 members of TNC. They're looking for more. Lancey could be in trouble even with the beacon. It's a double for Oheb. Now even more stacked on the Bruno.
It's the shoe on the other foot this time. Liquid are using strats that beat them last night. This is exactly what happened. The gold lane victory. And then translating into every objective early on.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of crazy. It feels like, oh, Zyda! Zyda!
Zyda.
Sidestepped it.
He's going to be able to get away. Sanford's there. Not sure if you're going to do much more. Final Slash was used as well. 3 Mars going to be the target. Carl Teasy cleans it up. Could be looking for more. The Zaman Force drops down. Sanford trying to run away. Sanji covering fire. He's going to get dragged back with the Lantern. Not sure if they're going to look for anything else. So at least for TNC, they punish TLPH a bit.
Yeah, because of this, though, even more farm on Oheb in the bottom lane. And Bandicuity has been beat. Bruno as the answer to the Harith. I think we're going to start seeing a reduction in the picks of Lunox because of that. Well, I know Lunox is many for the Uranus, but I think Bruno has often been overlooked so far this season. Already going up to the Berserker's Fury. Yeah, we're starting to feel how the photo feels really good for Team Liquid as JP's maximizing his heals. Number 1 all-time MPL Philippines user, and in the world, it's Carl Teasy on that Lancelot.
He is him.
He's him.
That's literally the dude. 70% of the time, he will win with the Lancelot. And in Season 16 alone, this being his 4th game, he's won 2 out of 3 prior. So this is the guy. I don't know why teams still open up the Lancelot for Carl.
It's funny because there's a reason why no matter where in the world people are watching, especially if you're in that live audience, you hear people cheer for a Lancelot being picked up by Carl Teasy.
Yeah. And every discussion about Lancelot involves that man. Right now, TNC are involved in it's not even a highway robbery. Their house is getting jacked and there's nothing they can do about it. They are locked in their own room. So Team Liquid is going, this TV's mine. That's a great looking sink. All of this is ours. Again, this is what we expected with the lineup. We saw a version of this yesterday already.
I'll tell you now, it feels like Liquid are their landlords.
Yeah.
Liquid owns everything around them and they're on borrowed time. Although now Sanji wants to speed up the process. Even before they took the last hurdle, you know how ahead Liquid is? Sanji built a Sky Piercer. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, as we were talking about Carl Teasy, don't forget to vote today. Today's your last day. Scan the QR code while you can. Lancey jumping in with the beacon. They're going to crash down on Sanji anyway, and he's still alive. 3 Mars jumping in, can't get to Sanji, but meanwhile, it's Sanford waiting for Carl Teasy. There's the final slash, though. Still looking for more. JP brings Oheb with the guiding wind. They're jumping in onto the base anyway. They take out 3 Mar, and that's a great setup from TLPH.
That was just to set up the push.
They're going to keep getting towers here. Team Liquid Philippines, again, they're just very on point with this. By the way, as we look at the Infinix hand cam, this is the Infinix GT30 experience victory for every Madlang gamer.
Madlang. What does that mean? What's Madlang?
It's for gamers en masse.
Yeah.
Literally everyone can play like Carl Teasy if they put their heart and soul into it and dedicated themselves to their craft the way Carl has. One last turret outside of TNC's base, and here comes Sanji about to take it away. They are locked in, man, and in a bad way. They're literally cordoned off, held in quarantine, and the dangerous grass doesn't even matter for TNC. They're afraid to even check into their own side of the jungle.
It's crazy, too, how aggressive Oheb can be, knowing that he's got JP with the Matilda, man.
He's twice the net worth of
Oh my goodness! What is going on?
Bro, that is a massive L in lane if I've ever seen one. And it's just Liquid again. I feel like this is a bit of a signal to Onyx. It's like, hey, if you guys can do it and you serve this medicine, we can do the same to our opponents. And this is going to be a huge mountain to climb. Not only did TNC lose the center of the map, they lost both side lanes. And again, some of it comes from the fact that there are some equations or factors in team fighting that TNC seems to have forgotten. Late entries, potentially the fight getting extended because the opposing team is backing off a bit and then re-engaging, while TNC is in this mindset of like, all in, let's fight, go, go, go. Team Liquid Philippines are being very methodical and surgical with it, looking for counters and ways to get small advantages in fights that lead to big wins.
And here we are at the inevitable. Liquid securing the Lord, no contest from the Phoenix Army. If there is one thing that TNC can hold out for, and again, this is a long shot, if they can defend this Lord, oh my God, AOG!
Oh, they're gonna jump in anyway. Oheb had to flicker out, but they're gonna engage the fight under the turret anyway. The shields are still there. Carlton's gonna be in trouble, but it's Jacknew that falls. Lancey tries to flicker out, but Oheb is just unleashing all that damage that he's built up to this point. Again, TLPH fought under the turret with the holy shields, and they end up getting 3 bodies from TNC.
Oheb did this many years alongside Mom Shoes. He's doing it great with Dad Shoes right now.
And
Okay.
they're inside the base. I was just saying, maybe they need hold on.
Final slash shoes, and they're gone in an instant. 3-mar. But luckily, Zyna and Jacknew make their way back up with the Lord pushing down bot. Carl Teasy's working on that. Rest of TLPH on the mid. They're going to clear out the base turrets. Attraction Pulse will catch Lancey. Lancey's disappeared. Jacknew again, as tanky as is. He'll jump to the fountain to survive. But now TLPH will lock down on the base, and they'll take a decisive game 1 in this best of 3.
Approaching 15,000 gold ahead. Liquid complete the stampede on TNC. Now on match point.
Dominating is an understatement. Stomp is not enough. That felt like watching crime live.
Dude, I don't know. Is there anything worse than a Liquid Stampede like right now? Like, because I was...
Whatever this is.
Whatever this is, that's...
We struggle to find the words.
Oh, TNC got wrecked.
They got wrecked, man.
And it's not because they weren't doing enough. It's just that what they were throwing at what Liquid was bringing just did not measure.
Dude, not only that, but they completely shut down like the gold lane. Like Benny Cutie was not there. I mean, when was the last time we saw that big of a difference for gold laners?
I think it's safe to say, Joseph, you are objectively correct. Benny Cutie was not there because he didn't even die. That's how painful this is.
Yeah.
It's okay if you were like putting up a fight and you cost them a bit, but no, it's like Benny Cutie did not exist. And here's the MVP, Carl Teasy, taking the most out of TNC's, well, everything.
It was smooth with this. I was dashing around everyone.
Yeah.
209 doesn't scream like an MVP performance for most people who are used to seeing multiple kills on this man, but come on, he was just so sharp in this. And you can even make the same point for everyone on the side for Team Liquid, but it felt like in every major trade, especially involving Sanford, Carl Teasy was there. Because sometimes JP would have to play around the map. If he's not with the rest of the team, he's with Oheb, he's going around back and forth. But how Carl Teasy interplayed alongside his EXP laner, which again, like the substitute roamer for the team, and Sanji as well, was just top class.
No one was safe when Carl Teasy has puncture targets. And I think we'll see it in the highlights here. It's not just about getting the kill, and it's not just about winning fights. There was a moment here inside TNC's base where Carl Teasy, on purpose, just went to puncture through targets and then backed out just to wait for Oheb.
Yeah.
So his Lancelot played a very macro-centric role. And that's why he's the MVP. It's not just about kills, and that's why he just had 2.
The crazy thing about this, too, is just how fast TNC was dying. Like, you can see the smile on Oheb's face because he was so rich here in this game. But, I mean, even the tankier heroes that TNC had were just gone as soon as, like, Oheb especially joined the fight here. I mean, that's just how much of a power spike they had. Yeah. Oh, here it is.
Look at that. And that helped set up, I believe it was a double kill then for Oheb?
Yeah, double.
Yep.
And eventually led to this moment, yeah.
I mean,
there we go.
I mean, we know Bruno does this too.
Yep.
But he double lanes so well with having a Matilda. I mean, look at this. Lancey's gone.
My goodness. Everything was just crumbling way too fast again. With the Matilda and Bruno together. Bruno dominates lane against the Harith. I feel like that's also one of the big learnings for this weekend.
Yeah.
And then the Matilda, if you cannot match its rotational speed, no matter how well your jungler is doing in securing his own farm, you are losing the big picture of the game. If there's a Matilda on the other side, or if there's a chance for the other team to pick up a Matilda, you pick it up for yourself, or you pick up a roamer that matches its rotational speed.
An 11.5-minute game. Looking at Liquid's lineup, I was trying to say at about the 9.5-minute mark, the 10-minute mark, if TNC could hold on, Liquid would fold eventually. I'm looking at maybe 17, 18, because TNC hold a better box. TNC are able to actually find better opportunities for crowd control, better re-engagements. Hell, I'll say even better pickoffs. Because if you whiff the final slash, Lancy can punish you back, choke you out, and then send you over to Zydar, betting Cutie for finishing. But TNC, again, the fact that they even jumped down onto Liquid during the defense, I think they understood that they don't have time. They don't have 18 minutes. They only have now. And if we fail now, we'll just GG, go next, go again.
Go again, man. I mean, this was just a very one-sided game for TLPH here. You can just see, too, how much damage, how many, everything they were able to go ahead and take. And really, when it's that kind of game with this kind of lineup, too, you got to think, like, is TNC actually even in a position to ever come back into it? And I know we had a discussion about this earlier where, like, you know, the current way that things are working with Project Next is like, yeah, there's some of these things in game where potentially you can turn things around at a certain point. But even in this case, man, that's almost seems impossible. I hate to say it is impossible, but almost impossible. And look at the GPM here from Mohead. 973. That has to be the upper highest.
I think
the highest.
No.
Or almost.
He's at 990. That is OM's #1 chart-topping GPM
So
as
he's
the
number
average
one.
guy. I think he became #3 and #1.
Oh. Who's number 2?
Someone with
Another gold miner.
980 or something. But this puts him at least #3 again before his #1.
Big money kill. Big money kill.
BMK.
BMK.
Good old BMK.
More like kill 100.
Yeah, kill 100. Yeah, and now, as I look at the draft sequencing, especially from the last series from last night and then here, it really seems like better damage wins. Whoever plays the game faster wins. And that was one of the keys to victory earlier, wherein Team Liquid can punish the slow buildup of TNC Pro Team for objectives, and Team Liquid did that over and over again.
If that rings true, I wonder if it's the same in ranked games, because just by playing, you can unlock Kufra's Cursed Scroll epic skin for free. So keep playing games and tell us if some way, somehow you're winning more with damage. Joseph, have you been playing some Magic Chess? Because I know he has.
I'm not going to cap here, guys. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I haven't been playing
as much
Magic Chess, man.
Why not?
Because I haven't been doing cardio as much as Renmar has on the treadmill.
You
and that's
should.
the time he plays it.
You should, because it's our time to dominate it again. This is how you can become a world champion, man.
I want to support you guys in your endeavors.
It's anybody. There are no restrictions. You play it in game. How's your run?
Not good.
So you're getting dominated.
He's lost stars.
I've lost my placements in my own neighborhood, which is bad because I was once in the city ranking, so it's not good.
Speaking of neighborhood, hey, shout outs to all those in Poblacion, Muntinlupa, at the Vicar Village NBP reservation. I heard the cavalry is out there en masse with their watch party. They were out there last night in support of the cavalry against Onyx, and I think they are at it again against the Phoenix Army this time.
Pobla.
That's a different Pobla.
That's a
Is that a different one?
It's a very different Pobla. Joseph, it's about an hour's away from the Pobla you know.
I thought there was only one Pobla.
No.
Yeah, if y'all ever end up in the Philippines, look for this man either in Pobla, BGC, or T-Mode. He's going to be there.
He's also going to be in Morato more often.
And Morato.
Yes. I'll be in Morato.
Yeah.
All right.
Message him on Instagram.
Alabang.
There is time for us to take a little detour before we get back into the matchup. Let's go into an all access. I hear we have the MCC champions, NU Bulldogs, to be talking to our hosts.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga casters. We are still here at the MPL Arena kung saan kasama natin ang recent champions of the MCC Season 2, none other than National University Bulldogs. Palakpakan naman po natin sila, everyone. This is such a momentous opportunity. Pero guys, before I start off with the questions, magpakilala muna na ang bawat isa sa atin. Maybe starting off with you.
I'm Christian Igo.
Patrick Palacio.
Ivan Del Rosario po.
Harold Blas. Mid lane.
Estacio po, jungler.
Pakulan, Romer.
Welcome to MPL Arena, ang ating MSL Collegiate Cup champions, NU Bulldogs. Kumusta naman ang experience nyo so far dito sa loob ng MPL Arena?
Solid yung experience. Siyempre,
nakaka-inspire mapanood yung mga pro sa personal. Tapos nakakuha din kami ng learnings.
Pero kung tutuusin from everything that you guys have been through, ito yung isa sa mga taon na talagang nakilala yung team ninyo because not only were you able to compete at the highest level pagdating sa UAAP, pero naipanalo nyo din yung iba't ibang tournaments overseas and dito mismo locally. How helpful was that? How significant yung pagkapanalo mo? Estasyo, sa'yo to! Sa'yo to, Estasyo! Okay, gaano ba kahalaga yung mga panalo nyo para ma-boost palalo yung kumpiyansa nyo bilang isang team?
Ano po? Nakaka-proud po yung team ko. Tapos, yung mga napanalunan po namin tournaments, yun po yung gagawin naming puhunan para sa next season ng UAAP.
And I like the idea, you know, they're investing towards the future. Alam mo, gusto ko talaga to si Estasio kasi social media talagang marami din talaga siyang mga vocalism And I like the idea.
Abangan natin yung mga pahabol niya sa kanyang social media posts. Pero balikan natin yung sinabi ni Ren na talagang marami silang natututunan dito sa on-site habang nanonood sa ating mga pro players. What do you guys think of the patch so far sa ating Project Next?
Sa tingin ko yung patch ngayon ay sobrang ganda kasi innovative siya. Tapos sa tingin ko maraming mga old heroes na magiging meta. Tapos yung bagong hero, abangan natin.
Ano yung favorite nyong map? For you personally, ano
para sa'yo, ano paborito mo?
Yung may clouds.
Okay, yung Flying Clouds. Yung Flying
Madami
Clouds.
talaga may gusto niyan.
Coach, I wanna know more about your perspective kasi natanong na natin yung players. In your perspective naman, iba kasi to dun sa mga nilaro nyo dati. How different is the Project Next patch compared to all of the other patches na nilaro nyo before?
So far, sa tagal ng MPL or MLBB, parang ito yung pinaka-innovative or pinakamalaking potential na marami kang pwedeng gawing bago. Pwede mo maglabas ng luma din. At the same time, parang ito yung patch na based na lang sa creativity ng players and ng coaches. Baga per team, magkakaroon ng strengths and weaknesses na talaga.
At dito, kanina nakita namin kayo sa first match, nandito na kayo agad. Sobrang early nyo. Ano ba yung team na sinusuportahan nyo dito sa MPL Philippines?
Sa side kami ng TNC.
Sa side sila ng TNC. Alright, I see it.
Pero dahil si Coach Dap ay matagal na rin nating nakakasama and familiar siya sa atin. Coach Dap, invite mo naman ang ating mga fans na pumunta dito sa MPL Arena bilang napakaganda ng iyong outfit today.
Sa lahat ng supporters ng MPL, MDL, anything Wonton related, punta kayo dito sa Green Sun Hotel and manood kayo ng magandang MLBB action.
Again, National University Bulldogs. Boys, maraming salamat sa pagpunta dito. Hopefully, we get to see them more sa kanilang mga susunod na tournaments at supportahan pa natin sila lalo. But right now, we're gonna have to toss it back to our casters para sa laban ng Team Liquid and TNC.
I'm glad to hear from the NU Bulldogs, who, by the way, in case it looks familiar, their Coach Dap is actually the Coach Dap from Smart Omega Neos from the MDL when they made a glory run, almost taking home the championship. He's taken these boys out.
Yeah. And if you go back to MPL Philippines Season 8, he was then Observer Dap when we used to shout out our observers for the games.
He was the observer? I actually didn't know that. I didn't know he was an observer, but...
He's that OG.
He's that OG. I love to see them though too because I've had the opportunity to go ahead and be part of those competitions they've been competing in, and it's great to see NU Bulldogs here with us in the MPL Arena.
Another thing I want to add quickly about Coach Dap.
Yes.
That man was a hell of a, translating to MLBB terms, an EXP laner. And back in my coaching days, I had to craft specific strategies just to make sure they lose because he's losing.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely. JPT. If you know, you know.
I don't know, so I'm feeling left out.
We go deep with Coach Dap. We'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right.
JPT.
Just to keep people in the loop here, TNC picks red side. We are going into the draft very soon. Renmar, what do you reckon TNC's planning? Why would they stay red after losing in Game 1?
Surprise pick. Surprise pick in red 4 or 5. This should be the spot where we see the fighter now, or we're going to see them block picks such as the Matilda and Bruno together.
Fly Clouds, baby!
Mr.
Cloud!
We actually get it.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I know we had a community pro early on, and I like to watch Mr. Cloud.
I like playing with Mr. Cloud too,
Yeah,
because it's
same.
also relatively unintrusive. Like
Yeah.
you literally just get a faster way of getting back into the fight. That's it.
You just gotta remember the land button.
You don't even need that, but sometimes you just shoot off and then just move, you know?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Oh no, they go blue.
TNC. Oh wait, what?
Yeah, they didn't. They ended up switching it.
Oh, okay. I may have flubbed that. So it's TNC on blue. Chip, Arlott banned out. Liquid bans out jungler choices here. Fanny and Lancelot. So 1-1 should show up here. Red 3 ban. Even from blue though, I don't see why TNC can't kind of finesse in a fighter gold. Because blue 4 and 5, that's where you can fit that in.
Still, actually I think since the last 2 seasons, we've been seeing a bit more sudden swerves blue side. Like you put up pieces in the first 3 picks and it's like, oh, it's already a clear idea, and then you're shifting. Again, with the reactions of right now of Coach Itamax, I really think they're trying to cook up something nefarious here.
Nefarious.
Sinister.
Okay, so they ban out the Harith instead of potentially picking up the Bruno for themselves.
Devious.
Yeah. Villainous. Menacing.
Evil.
Boxer juicing.
Boxer juice.
Yeah.
Angela. Oh my God.
Oh, right. Yeah. You're right. Angela is open. So
That's pretty nefarious, right?
All right. Not to overshoot, but I just gotta say it now. Oh, okay. Still, Yusin Shin is very playable with Angela. Not the best target, but you know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Just last night, Selangor Red Giants OG swept Todak in MPL MY Season 16 with a Yusin Shin in the jungle, and guess what in gold?
Bane?
A Bane.
A Bane gold?
Yep. They played Bane gold twice. Innocent, what are you up to? Coach Arcadio, we need to talk.
Oh, there's the magic gold Bane, right?
Yes.
Ah! Oh! That'll be so funny then doing the same thing. Honestly, I think the NC Pro team can just flex the idea that BenQT can flex out so many things. It was the CC at one point. It was an Esmeralda gold lane also at one point. You know what? Go ahead. Bring out the Bane.
Get in their minds.
Why does the magic Bane work so well? Like, is it just more heal? Like really? Like magic?
Yeah. It's also DOT. And
He's
then
got the DOT.
Yeah, you just have this weird amount of burst suddenly. And you have great CC. Like, that's high level CC you're getting out of the ult.
Ah.
And they enhanced his knockup.
If I'm not mistaken, his drank also scales with magic power, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what.
And his ult.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if he has more magic power when he dranks, he gets more health.
Still, we do not know what they're thinking of putting in the gold.
Well, it could be the CZ, honestly.
I hope
could be the
not.
CC.
I hope not.
Hey, they were the first team to make it work.
I guess.
And they did it right before they went up against Onyx, sort of
Yeah.
like as a soft message to them, like, hey, we can do the CC gold lane much better than you guys can.
You never know, Benny Cutie.
I never know.
Think you know
What's
him.
a hard message? If that was a soft message, what's a hard message?
We picked this because you will lose.
Hey with 5 Ys.
Hey.
You know what that means.
You know what that
Winky
means.
face.
Went from hey to hey.
I think they're called emojis now, Renfire.
You just showed your age, man.
No, but you have to say what kind of... I just can't say emoji. There's many kinds of emojis. Could be an eggplant. So Lapu Lapu,
I guess.
getting picked up here.
This is clean. I love the Lapu Lapu finesse. Like, hold up.
Oh, wait. Okay, so Lapu Lapu actually getting picked up in EXP. It's sort of like telling TNC, hey, if you have any ideas of putting that CC in gold, your next possible matchup against a Lapu Lapu in EXP will lose, because most likely Team Liquid Philippines are going to be banning out some of the best heroes that can handle the Lapu Lapu in that lane. They take out the Esmeralda because that's one of the options.
They respect it.
Yes, sir. So, Team Liquid Philippines don't need to be a little careful, because if the CC still ends up going to the EXP lane instead, then it's going to be a different story where the CC is going to have a little bit better time in lane, and 3mar is going to be playing more for team fight presence than lane duel winning.
I think Liquid is keeping TNC honest.
Yeah.
The singular Esmeralda ban makes him go like, you better not be playing, man.
I also just think regardless of what TNC decides to do, they just need to be able to let Benny do his thing. Like Benny Cutie again, in game 1, wasn't really able to play much, you know? So if that means if it is going to be a gold lane CC, maybe not. Again, they could just be dependent on what these last couple picks for TLPH is. But at the same time, it's like you want to be able to go ahead and activate Benny at some point. I feel like that's been a thing we've said for a while.
Yeah, maybe you have to just sometimes accept the fact that Benny is always a Bruin. Hey, is that baby cakes?
Yeah, that's baby
Where
cakes.
can I get 5?
I need more magnets. Wait, where the
keychains, sir.
Oh, that was a keychain.
So back when I was saying, maybe if it's not a fighter and they put like a traditional gold laner in the picks for Benny, they might need to help him.
Is that a world collector, bro?
Whoa, babysit him.
There we go. I love these bands. Franco, Matilda, Granger.
Very traditional approach by Liquid.
Okay, TNC, show it. Are you gonna do something crazy here? Are you gonna go loco?
Are these shenanigans?
Come on.
Oh, this is gonna be so tough. It's a slow front to back, which will get torn up by sharks.
Still no roamer. We don't know. The roamer will definitely support what's possible in gold.
Lolita Bane.
Lolita Bane.
Double marksman, great answer.
Yes, sir. You reflect a lot of the stuff that get thrown at you, but your front is considerably weaker. Because Sebastian can just stand up there and he doesn't mind. However, throwing the plates, his shields actually get reflected by the Guardian's Bulwark.
That would be big brain. I don't know if we're going that way.
No, we're not going to see anything crazy.
Wait, so we need a roamer.
So gold CC.
I'm not...
A reaction from the entire crowd, not just TNC, but Liquid as well.
It's like the Lancelot to Carl Teasy.
That's right. From the world, I think this echoes all throughout MLBB esports globally. Chaknu has picked up his signature Kufra.
Man, you gotta love it when our longtime legends pick up their signature heroes, man.
He is a Pioneer class Hall of Legends inductee. Responsible for so many moments with this Kufra. I'm looking back to season 7 playoffs against this young man right here. He held it back.
Teasy.
Whoa, reach for reach. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting dynamic in team fighting. This is Carl Teasy playing front for the team as JP's playing Novaria Roam.
See, this is what I love. Roamers can do this. We can do this now.
You know what?
JP can do it. We can do it in our games.
This flexes out one of the changes to roaming in Project Next.
That's true.
The fact that by just one way or another, it's up to you. Revealing opponents gives you XP and gold. Novaria can do that in spades.
Yep.
She can do it in her sleep.
Star Shatter, just throw that out, you get vision.
Yeah.
After it's been 5 seconds since you've seen the last opponent, and those opponents are marked because you haven't seen them in a while, you will get golden EXP.
I mean, there is a cap on it at least, you know?
Yes. But then let's see how fast. I think one of the things we really have to be tracking here is the gold between the gold EXP between the two roamers. Because there could be a good chance that the Novaria will be getting it quickly.
Here we go. Match point for the Cavalry. Will TNC's unorthodox EXP normally CC going into the gold will be enough as well.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
On Chaknu, his Kufra. Can this stop the Stampede?
Oh man, I'm excited to see Kufra in the hands of Chaknu again. I know sometimes we get to see it. Works out, other times it doesn't. He's going to be able to find Sanji a little bit, but again, he needs that bouncing ball too. Let's go ahead and look at the emblems here.
All right, we'll see with this Novaria. Okay, Inspire, Wilderness Blessing, Impure Rage. Typical Novaria mid lane stuff, except this time it's a roamer.
Yep. So, TLP just have to hunker down. How often do you see a roamer that actually scales? Because there will come a point where JP's gonna hurt. Like as a roamer, he's just randomly throwing out Star Shatters. How often do you see that? Even an Natalia can't do that.
Yeah.
All right, Chaknu needs to calculate. Oh my goodness, he really needs to calculate when he uses the Tyrant's Revenge a little bit more. Debut picks for the two roamers because Kimmy's so good at punishing a missed Tyrant's Revenge entry. Vision provided there.
Yeah, vision there. And, you know, if JP decides to go ahead and like sit back and just kind of play into Sanji setting things up with the Traction Pulse, for example, or providing that extra bit of hitbox, that could be actually pretty deadly for TNC if they're caught in a bad position when it comes to these team fights later on.
Okay, so far we're not seeing much of a difference between the Novaria and the Kufra. Both style of roamers still gaining the same amount of golden XP.
Yeah, it's actually 300 to 400 a little bit that the JP's hovering over once we see. Oh, wait!
Jump in, but it's Carl Teasy. He's tanky enough.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
They decide not to take the trade. See what they do for the second turtle. So, EXP lane gank so that 3-Mar can get to level 4 quicker and Sanford maybe gets pressured. But they're not going to push into that. They just want the level 4 for glue.
Gold lane looking safe again. Benny Cutie can actually stand up to Oheb. That's why Oheb gets pushed back into his turret more. This is a straight up dance. Both junglers actually going for their nearest buff first.
Let's see who's going to get the mid lane EX now. It's still going to be Sanji getting majority of the hits. They just want to fast clear. A slight lead in the EXP for JP. Zada just got orange. We're going to see a full-on team fight.
JP level 4 now too. Oh! 3-Mar flickering on in. Forcing the fight anyway. Chaknut taking some damage. Bouncing ball. He's stopped in his tracks though. Has to flicker out. Meanwhile over on there, Carl Teasy gets the turtle, but still they're going to lose Chaknut. They're going to lose Zyda as well to fall for TNC. So TLPH gets a whole lot.
That's the hard thing for Yusung Shin. Sure, you have perfect information. Sure, you have a stun, but when you're really down there, when you're playing in the paint, there's no other action but a traceless out, and then if the opponent stun you before that, you're dead.
PH all-time hero stats. Chaknu, the Chak Mamba, got this name because of his play in this hero. 61% win game rate, 33 to 21. The most prolific Kufra user in the history of the Philippines.
Some might argue even in the game.
Yeah, it's
like a snake in the grass.
And I honestly feel like even if he struggles a little bit in the early game, getting the setup potential, he could be that one setup, you know what I mean? Like later on, that's one of the great things about it. But Benny Cutie could be in trouble here, taking a couple shots with the Rhapsody, trying to bob and weave his way out. He does, and Benny Cutie will survive. Good footwork there. Oh, there's Chaknu though. He finds that one. He'll be able to set things up. JP falls. Zyda gets the kill. But now possibly looking to re-engage here. They're going to go. 3-Mar will go ahead and call it off. He does get stunned, though, but that's fine. They got a kill on JP.
Rennie, what do you reckon happened there? How did Chaknu find JP?
I think that was just a really good read. It didn't look like he used his flicker for that specific scenario. He used it earlier when he was trying to escape. That was just good old classic Tyrant's Revenge into Tyrant's Rage. I believe also he could have gotten some help from Zyda, being able to use the Mountain Shocker as the ultimate is gone from him.
Must have been bush-to-bush action there.
Yeah. Jump from mid to that bush in front of the purple buff.
Here we go. Once again, engage. 3-Mar flickers on out. As he's going to be fine. So they get a battle spell out, and that's what TLPH will get here. So Turtle's up now.
All right, confirmed. Given how it's been a tough first 5 minutes for TNC, JP got the XP and gold advantage.
Big actual Echo, providing a lot of vision. Oh, full-on fight, breaking out.
Half health and Turtle. Chaknu charges in again. Not the best positioning. 3-Mar could be in trouble. Oheb will take out 3-Mar, but Zyda does get the objective, and now Benny all by himself will get taken out by Oheb. 2 kills for TLPH at the exchange of the Turtle.
That should not have happened. They should not have given that many kills. I think a little bit too deep was 3-Mar and Benny.
Yep, not even for a Turtle.
They might just fight more for this. So they're in trouble. Chaknu can't withstand it. He does get away though, just barely. Now Sanford gonna be in trouble. He goes in, bravest fighter forward. He already burned the flicker too. He's gonna be able to find Zyda. Zyda's gone. They're still going. Carl Teasy and Sanji are both low. They might have to let Sanford go here. JP fires off a shot, but Sanford, he's actually gonna survive it all. Even with the yo-yo blitz, they'll stun Benny. Benny Cutie trying to survive this, but he goes down. How did Sanford survive?
You do not hunt the apex predator. TLPH played that team fight so well.
TNC Pro Team are straight up getting outplayed. All the little things and the errors quite glaring. Their timings off. Targeting quite off as well. TNC needs to temper their aggression a little bit because they have to keep playing around this YSS. The fact that Carl TZ is only at 3.5 but still has even the slightest lead, even if it's very small up against the Yusuf Shin or still very close to it, means that this YSS is farming too slow. TNC really need to start playing around more farm for the YSS.
They get the flicker out, 3mar. It's going to take some shots here.
Oh!
Shatter dropped down. He has to flicker out for safety. And Chaknu was ready to help, but you can see this. That's the damage from JP the Roam.
That's why Chaknu was forced to rush build a Twilight armor here. Just way too much burst from Liquid this early on. Another quick look at the items here. Almost 1,500 up is Oheb from Benny. Something I'm noticing, shades of game one, TNC's behavior, their tendencies, they're very dive-centric. Again, you mentioned how they should be playing around Zyda. I feel like Zyda's getting dragged by the rest of the lineup. Like, they all want to go forward, but Zyda's saying, guys, I'm still farming up, wait.
Yeah, he's not farming up or someone else is jumping on him. They need to play a tighter formation, let TLPH engage, and then similar to what Twisted Minds pulled off earlier against APBR, go for the counter, engage instead. Allow Team Liquid Philippines to blow all their abilities first, and then you go.
Well, TZ going on for a drive-by just to be able to secure that tier 1 turn in the mid lane. And they'll do that. Again, this space from this kind of comp that TLPH is running gives them so much room to just play around objectives, even as small as these turrets are, to go ahead and play with an advantage. And Carl TZ just kind of rolling around is threat enough to let TLPH go and fire off from the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last time Navarro was used by a roamer was in Season 13, about a year and a half ago, and it was Haji while he was playing for Blacklist. So it's been a while.
Yeah. RG and Blacklist, two names I haven't heard in a very long time.
Good times.
Good times.
Oh, Zyda. Okay. Oh, Sanford jumps in anyway with the flicker. Lancey there to bring in the backup, to bring Sanford back. He might have to just go down here unless TLPH can do something about it, but they're going to fight in between the turrets anyway. Benny Cutie now joining the fight. They already took care of Sanford, but Chaknu was gone, so TLPH will now get themselves a tier 2 turret bottom side.
Mad punish by TNC. Again, they were fighting on an advantageous position, yet still they had to trade Chaknu just to take down 40.
Yeah, but you're starting to see there what I was saying earlier, where you allow Team Liquid Philippines to play the aggressor. You have the capability to counter, because even at this point, the glue still can buy enough time to at least to get a 1-0 or 1-for-1 trade if ever you can't get the perfect trade where you don't lose anyone here. But you also have to be careful of the late Astral Echoes that JP are willing to toss out, or when you're starting to play around closer to the bushes, expect that an Astral Echo will just reveal all your position. They have to be ready to back out if that's a scenario. The good thing is TNC has all of their flickers right now, all their battle spells are online, so they can save that for when if ever Team Liquid Philippines decides to be aggressive. And if Team Liquid aren't careful, TNC can turn it around. It'll be a long fight, but there's a chance.
Oh no.
They're going to go for Lancey again. Traction Pulse used. They get the beacon out. That's great timing for this Lord. They know that is available, so now they've got this advantage they can work into, because Sanji doesn't really need that Traction Pulse to be a threat here, so they're going to get themselves this Lord off of that play.
Oh, they caught so many dudes with the Echoes.
Okay, still fighting for this buff. They're going to go for more. 3mar might be forced to fight here. Carl TZ popping the Tortoise Poissons, but it's all just to zone TNC out.
Yep, that's a free Lord they were taking underneath the false engage. 6,000 gold up. The cavalry are gaining ground. The map is red, and they're about to take this tier 2 in mid and on top, leaving TNC with just their inhibitors.
Yeah, the EXP gap is considerable as well, favoring Team Liquid Philippines. I think we're just getting closer to the end game here. This might not be the final siege, but right now, just looking at the items, not enough tools for TNC Pro Team to have a massive swing. It's up to a Team Liquid error for a TNC to punish, for the Phoenix Army to be able to force this to a game 3 or maybe even just a longer game.
You're 150% correct. For TNC to win this, they also have to hope that Liquid makes a mistake. Oh. Massive Echoes!
Sanford jumping in again, flickers forward, able to stun 2. 3mar jumps on in, trying to defend the base alongside the team, but 3mar is gone. Base turret's still going to be worked on. Lord finally there too. Carl TZ leading the charge, looking for possibly more. Well, all this space allows TLPH to fire off from the back. They're going to go get the base turret in the mid, and they might get more off of it. Again, respecting what this lineup can do. Ooh. Base turret, they find 2 for TNC.
9,000 gold up. Liquid are literally playing out of a different time. They are in the golden age. They're driving cars while TNC are still playing with rocks.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. Just look at the item differential. Already up to a BOD is that Granger, while the gold lane CC still only just about to build, what is that?
The Oracle.
Oracle? Oh, he already has the Brute Force. The Oracle. So that just really goes to show how tough it's been for TNC.
They've been scrapping away with alms.
Yeah. Astral Echo after Astral Echo revealing the vision. It's going to be tough for TNC to play outside of base. Look at Sanford. He doesn't care at this point. He knows that if he just does something like that and JP's nearby, then he doesn't have to worry about anything.
And this is worse the more the game goes because even JP will hurt.
Yeah.
A roamer that deals damage and provides vision.
Yeah, and the scales.
Dude, the fact that Chapter already has Twilight armor, yet one long-range Astral Echo still takes out like what, 15 to 20% of his health?
Yep.
That's still massive. That's insane.
Not only that, but man, look at this, like just how much gold Oheb has again for this game, but that's got to be one of the most, like, I guess, free feeling as a Granger when you can just fire off of the backside because you know you got Novario with you. You know you got Carl Teasy and Sanford jumping so far ahead that you have all this space to just kind of shoot off your Death Sonatas and Rhapsodies freely. You know, Oheb hasn't had to even, I don't even know if he's used his Purify maybe once this entire game.
Talk about financial and combat freedom.
That's the best.
Who's going to catch him, right? Chaknu, that's the only real option. 3mar is thinking about way too much.
But that front line is so far ahead that Chaknu, like this, can't even get close. Had to burn the flicker. Yes, he's got an immortality, but he's got to be careful in this. Look at the positioning for Sanford, too. This is just going to be another Lord in the hands of TLPH, and they'll get ready to march towards the base once again.
Yeah, good thing Chaknu was able to use the bouncing ball just in time, because if not, then he would have got caught out. Wow, Sanford, look, he doesn't care, man!
He wants Benny Cutie, but he's not going to be able to get anything there. He does get that stun off, but still.
3-man land shaker.
Yeah, they got to wait.
Oh.
There's nothing that TNC can do but just kind of wait for this. You know, they just have to wait and buckle up.
Just clench.
Just clench. Clench down, man.
Hold on tight. It's a 2-level gap between JP and Chapnu. This Novaria just got out of hand. The rotations of Liquid, how they fought. As we get close to what could potentially be the last major sequence of the game, not just in this game, but this entire series, unfortunate for Phoenix Army, Team Liquid Philippines outclassed the Phoenix today.
See if they can do anything about it. TNC on the defense, trying to deal with this. Spot it out and have to go back to heal up. Attraction Pulse goes through. Chaknu might be able to try to pull something off, but the base is being worked on. TLPH might just choose to end it here unless they're forced to fight, trying to clear out the waves, clear out the Lord. They'll be able to do it as TNC clears it out finally. But TLPH, do they want to go for more?
Whoa.
Finally, that base turret goes down, and a shot from JP won't land. But now Chaknu in trouble. A couple hits on this. All they have to do is lock it in, and TLPH will do it in a sweep.
That's another stampede for Team Liquid Philippines, taking down TNC 2-0.
Warning shot to the rest of the league. Team Liquid looks angry after their loss yesterday against Onyx Philippines in the Golden Rivalry. Fortunately for Phoenix Army, it was TNC that was the next victim up in line. Liquid were cold-blooded, stone-cold killers for this one.
TNC's efforts in this bout were nothing but echoes. Again, they were just trying things out. We were asking for the fighter gold lane. I didn't expect it to come so quickly and in this form. Again, it's been very miss and miss, the CC gold lane. It's won literally just once or twice this season. So that puts Liquid in a very strong position to end Week 5.
And TNC Pro Team at a lose streak. 2 series, they lost it this week.
I'm hoping that the Phoenix Army are doing good, but I do know the Cavalry are loving it right now. Let's throw over the stage. They're with our hosts, Onin and Hans.
It's 2 sweeps for this Sunday, and here are your winners, Team Liquid Philippines! Man, I have to say, parang mas gigil kayo ngayon with the series that we've seen. Carl Teasy, first things first, nakita natin yung naging laban nyo yesterday. It was quite intense, but it was not the outcome that you guys expected. You know, what did you guys talk about? Kasi this was yung sinasabi mo nga sa amin from the first round na pakiramdam mo hindi nyo pa 100% yung first round. What are the steps that you're taking para maabot yung prime form nyo gaya ng MSC?
Yung pagkatalo po kasi namin kahapon, sobrang dami namin natutunan, na-realize, drafting, tsaka sa in-game din. And mas parang tinatry namin gayahin yung mga ginagawa nila kung mag-apply din sa amin, gagana, ganun. Tapos nag-i-improve lang kami everyday, okay na sa amin.
So did you realize na, does that mean you're sticking with what you know, yung focus na lang sa improve mo? Or are you still looking at other teams para makapag-improve pa rin kayo as a team?
Tinitignan ko po yung mga top teams talaga kung may kakaiba silang ginagawa. Sabay try namin gawin sa scrim kung gagana din sa amin. Pag gumana, edi try namin.
Constant trial and error, si Odin.
Well, Carl, aside from the observations na nakikita nyo from the other teams, ano ba yung mga napansin mo dito sa next patch na good ba siya sa inyo or challenging for TLPH?
Good po siya para sa amin. Siyempre, may bago. Nakaka-enjoy siya. Pero sa mga junglers ata, hindi masaya.
Bakit?
Lagi kami binibisit.
Lalo na sa anong mapa?
Sa Broken Walls. Kasi yung mga kalid, nakakatawid-tawid lang
mas marami kasing access yung Broken Walls na map. And in terms of access, meron akong inside scoop na nalaman from one of the people that, are friends from out there, Coach RC. I want to know more about this. Kasi natanong namin usually ang tinatanong natin yung mga players kung sino ba yung gusto nilang bawian or makalaban ulit sa second round. But for you personally, anong team ba ang gusto mong makalaban or bawian sa second round kung meron man?
Aurora.
Aurora. Alright, we're gonna stick with that. Bakit Aurora?
Sonic, di pa kami nakakabawi. So, next na kalaban namin talaga na hindi pa namin nababawian is yung Aurora talaga. And sila yung pinaka-top teams ngayon.
Yeah, and I have to agree. Based on the standings, they really are.
And nakita natin ngayon, yung suporta pa rin ng The Cavalry. Kahapon, nag-match kayo, sobrang full house. And ngayon, halos ganun din yung amount of people na nagsusuporta sa inyo. Do you have any message, JP, para sa mga supporters nyo?
Thank you po sa mga sumuporta sa pumunta dito sa venue. And mag-ingat po kayo lagi.
There we finally have it. You've heard it from your winners, Team Liquid Philippines. An incredible performance. Sweep kanina, Odin. Another sweep for today. The Cavalry is on a roll right after that losing.
This Sunday is definitely a day for comeback sa mga nagka-setback kahapon. What a great performance sa ating mga teams.
With that being said, this sweep, we're going to be talking more about that together with our casters.
You all heard it straight from the horse's mouth. They want to get back at Aurora. Still, congratulations to Team Liquid Philippines, and we wish well to the Phoenix Army. It's been a tough weekend.
Yeah, I think, all the teams have probably had some of those tough weekends, except for probably Aurora.
They had one hard weekend.
They had one hard weekend, but I like the way that Carl T's even mentioned it. It's like, they, in different opponents, different scenarios, they learn different things, and they're able to go ahead and adjust to the draft to that. Then that's what we highlighted here in the draft from Game 1 even. But here's our game MVP for Game 2, and this is very clear. I mean, this guy, Sanford was everywhere.
No doubt. This isn't even the Queen's Wings Oracle Lapu-Lapu. This is the Dominance Eyes Hunter Strike War Axe Oracle Lapu-Lapu.
Damn.
The more aggressive version of it that really wants to maximize damage, as Queen's Wings is usually more of a sustained fighter item, while Hunter Strike still provides the same cooldown reduction. It does give you more damage and that's slightly increased movement speed when the minions are nearby. And it was clear from the beginning just how much Landshaker made a huge impact in every big major sequence. And of course, besides what Sanford brought to the table in terms of the team fighting, the fact that he was very active in the map alongside Team Liquid Philippines, considering that they were playing with a Navaria Roam, he was doing so much here. He was a Swiss Army Lapu-Lapu.
Yeah, we usually call the EXP as the secondary roamer.
Yeah.
Here, in utility, in purpose, he became the actual roamer.
Yeah. He was exchanging that responsibility actually alongside Carl Tizzy.
Right.
JP would provide the long-term vision, or the long-range vision, excuse me, while Carl Tizzy and Sanford act as the front line. So you're not going to spend a lot of your resources trying to take down the Baksha. But trying to take down the Lapu-Lapu means you put yourself within his range of influence of getting damage, which even if you take down Sanford, there's still 3 long-range heroes you have to deal with and a Baksha that you ignored.
And that's why I was saying, like, even Oheb, man, like, he had all the space in the world. It's almost like Oheb didn't have to worry about too much in this game.
Joseph, this is what you would call a gold lane experience. Premium.
Yeah, I was gonna say plus, but yeah, that works too.
No, this is more than plus,
this
bro.
Premium.
Yeah,
Premium plus.
This has
VIP.
Wait a minute, what? That sounds familiar. Oh, there's a subscription on top of the subscription.
He can afford it.
You can go incognito mode. That's basically what he...
Which he was.
Yeah, which he did.
When was Oheb ever in trouble here?
Because they couldn't find him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
All they saw in front of them was Sanford and Carl Tizzy. And of course, the odd Star Shatter just smacking them more than a surprise traction pull set up by Sanji. This is a unique take on the game by Liquid. But I like how we're going back to... Remember how we talked about in MNC 2025 where it felt like a culmination of a mix of a lot of the old strategies blending, and then you can be very selective. Returning to that idea even more because of Project Next is a good sign of the game.
Yep.
Because it still continues the old trend of rewarding creativity.
Right.
We obviously got to the point where we hit our meta peak before Project Next. It was clear the picks that were coming out. Yes, the picks are still very much the same here. But then look, suddenly an injection of a surprise Roam Novaria. No one saw that coming, but then they made it work as if they're playing with a typical roamer for JP. But it's because Sanford and Carl Tizzy ended up becoming the roamers. It's so fun to watch.
It's refreshing, and I think our developers hit a home run that our teams are having so much fun trying to break this metagame.
Yeah. Because the other thing is, like, we didn't even get to see the Flying Clouds too much in action.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like, Liquid went so fast, and they shrank the map so quickly that nobody really thought of what about the clouds.
Like, how do we use these clouds? Like, because if it was TNC, they're like, we're just putting ourselves in the firing range again faster, you know?
They did use the clouds, but it was just, they go back, they're there, it's like, oh, they're not here. And then they clear up their minion waves. Suddenly an Astral Echo hits them. It's like, uh-oh, we gotta get out.
Yeah.
And again, because this guy was in incognito mode, they couldn't find Oheb. He's the rich guy again.
That's right. He's the BPI rich guy again. Kill 100. This is relatively low for his average, 850. Mainly because he was acting as a threat. Instead of focusing on just the farm, he was actually part of fights actively.
Yeah.
And this was a fast game. It was a 14-minute game.
Yeah, and again, because of the frontline presence, TNC could not access the backline hub of Liquid, excuse me, because of the Astral Echo of the Novaria is what I wanted to say. There we go. Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah, I was right.
Your brain was going the right direction.
Yeah. Astral Echo, Liquid, so yeah.
I think it was just too late for TNC to come to their senses. If anything, if I may say, I didn't like that CC. I know we were asking for a fighter gold lane, but I don't think the CC was it.
Yeah, that struggled. I think obviously Benny Cutie just didn't have the series that we were expecting to see from Benny Cutie, but this wasn't just a Benny Cutie problem. Like, it was just the lineup, the execution as a whole just couldn't find that flow that they were looking for, I think, from game 1 to game 2, man.
That's why I wish they kept the Bruno open. They could have picked it up themselves.
Yeah.
But then they decided to still take a different route, but then ended up with a Granger on the other side without that much of a problem to deal with.
Again, this is TNC we're talking about. This is how they play. They're trying to find a way to inject the old Lason into their play style, and sometimes it pays off.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Just tonight it doesn't.
That's another learning for this weekend. Someone's really got to start trying to craft more responses to that Kimmy. Seems like a lot of lineups that you can pair up with Kimmy mid just work so flawlessly.
Sanji's 100%.
Sanji's 100%.
Undefeated.
There's that. Undefeated on that.
It just does too much. Like, it's just too deadly, man. Like, having a traction pulse plus the What's the stun called?
Traction pulse?
Well, yeah, the traction pulse. It's just too much to deal with, I think, and compositions love it.
It's just too good. Let's throw it over to Wolf as he talks about how these teams use their keys to victory to get there. It's the Howl.
Oh, the Starly.
Thank you so much, casters. Sa pag binalikan natin ang series na yun, magandang close out siya sa first week ng ating Project Next na bagong patch na pinaglalaro ng dalawang teams. Let's talk about what made TLPH win this. First of all, yung lane-to-lane diff na nakita natin. Nagsimula ang TLPH, syempre, sa draft at kung paano nila inaayos yung kanilang mga lane-to-lane matchup, be it Kimi versus the Jushin, or yung pagkagamit nila dito ng lapu-lapu in a very good manner. Kung hindi sila totally makakalamang sa kanilang mga heroes in terms of drafting, binabawi nila sa kaduo. Kunwari yung mid lane duo versus mid lane duo, o kaya naman when it comes to execution. And makakita natin dito na si Sanford ay naging komportable as well as si Carl TZ, and that's mainly because of the lane-to-lane diff na nakita natin between two teams. Second, and most importantly, ito yung naging bentahe ng side ng TLPH. Extended team fights dahil dun sa Matilda na nakita natin from game number 1, kapag may nagkaroon na clash, bigla na lang tumatagal yung laban. May mga nasisave with just one sliver of health. Yung mga tinatawag nating napipiso, nabubuhay pa pero makakabalik dahil sa sustain na meron sila. Breathrough air, low cooldown, ultimate, so kaya dun sa natural sustain at syempre sa presence nung hero dito ni JP. And speaking of JP heroes, kahapon ko ba sinasabi na magiging key to victory para sa TLPH at magiging malaking factor ay yung JP factor. Yung flex na napakalaking importansya para sa side ng TLPH. Like using the Matilda out of nowhere that will actually make the draft so good for the team. Tapos nakakita pa tayo dito ng Rome Novaria na bigla talagang ginulat ang side dito ng TNC. Lalong hindi nakakilos yung slow-moving, macro-based gameplay ng TNC dahil napaka-micro-intensive at micro-napgods talaga ang TLPH. Ang mga dahilan kung bakit sila ang nanalo sa serye na to, napaganda close out sa ating week number 5. For that, back to the casters.
You know, but I really like that Wolf made a big point about the extended team fighting, and I feel like that's one of the common themes that we saw, not only with the win of Liquid, but the win of Twisted Minds. It seems like that's even becoming more of an important skill now here in the Philippines. Not just your macro, not just how well you can press buttons, but that little chess match of how you reposition and try to force reactions out of your opponents in team fights. So good.
Let's see how Team Liquid Philippines set up these moments and take a peek at their mic check. Let's listen behind the scenes.
Tuloy-tuloy na natin.
Talk lang. Pre, walang picker glue ha.
Charging.
Ito, Venus na. Tumali na. Game ko. Ay, walang talinga. Kaya ko dyan. Imakap.
Kaya niya yan.
Patay ito. Boy. Dad, pasalo ka. Ay, ano? Wait lang.
Tinga, isang ko.
Patay ito.
Benny, oh.
Ay, ito, patay ito. Flying Clouds.
Farm sabay, huwag magpapatay. Flying Clouds, ingat kayo, mabilis sila makabalik.
Baka magulat. Wala.
Tinga, presang ko, Benny, kakadash lang.
Tara.
Ay, wala.
Wala, na Copra. Mag-LJ ah.
Mid.
Wala kang Fury ah. LJ na Copra.
Wala ko ulti ah, ingat sa Copra.
Sarap mag-farm! Ayun, Copra sa top. Copra top, naka-imbi. Naka-imbi pa rin, charging na. Wala na, charge.
All right, there's our Infinix mic check. There is one glaring thing that I noticed. Y'all see how JP plays?
Yeah.
With the Novaria, it's very forward. Like his hand is.
Yeah.
I think you gotta play like that, maybe.
He was holding his Infinix GT.
Yeah. I was looking at it because on the right side, I think that's where he's swiping the camera more.
Yeah, he's
for
always,
more vision. Yeah, he's looking.
Again, that's how he plays the Varia, if that's something you can pick up. But real quick, let me remind everybody that you can showcase your esports skills and passion for gaming by organizing your own local tournaments through eProject, esports for everyone.
Participants in this program will be provided with special access to tournament modes, in-game items, dais, and much more.
All you need to do is visit the MPLPH website for more information on how to apply.
You can also be featured as the next MPL Philippines Super Fan of the Month. All you have to do is join the MPL Philippines official group. We're all there. Engage with the community and just keep those interactions positive.
Make sure you stay positive. That's the highlight there. And also, don't forget, guys, you can also share any MPL-related news and updates in the group for your chance to be named as the MPL Philippines Superfan of the Month.
Yeah, and for the people asking me, hey, why is my post not getting approved, or why am I getting banned, why am I getting muted? Read the rules, please.
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. And you can be critical while still being respectful. You know what I mean?
Positive.
Yeah.
Positive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the standings. Where did Liquid end up, and how far down does this take TNC Pro Team?
Ooh.
Liquid jumped up to third. Despite Twisted Mind's much-needed win tonight, Liquid is still strong in number 3, and they're now tied with Onyx after they got beat last night.
Yeah, it was Omega who went up in the standings now because of the loss of TNC. So, well, Omega did beat TNC earlier this week.
Yep.
They got they only played one match. No, they played one yesterday. They lost. Ah, yeah, the Clouds moment.
Clouds.
And then
Mr. Cloud.
And then for TNC Pro Team, yeah, they go down. Oh, the race in 5-8 is so exciting now.
That's right. A single win for Falcons puts them in a 4-way tie.
Yeah, Twisted Minds actually can breathe a little bit easier now.
They can, yeah, because they got that little bit of space, the 2-point difference there. But it's I guess if you put it this way, well, we got 3 weeks left. Yeah, 3 weeks of the regular season left.
After today.
This is crazy, man. Like, it's so close.
You know what's crazy?
The Minds.
The fact that the Minds are still undefeated in the Infinix Fansik Laban.
Dude, who is playing there?
Is there an ex-MPL or MPL player there?
And I will say it again. They were interviewed. It started with 2 dudes who've already been playing duo for a long time. And then they were Twisted Minds fans. They saw Fansik Laban. One of those dudes met the other 3 dudes in the team and said, hey, you all just want to play together? Okay. On average, they're at around 150 to 200 stars minimum.
Whoa.
Minimum.
That's stacked.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Think about just showing up like the bees and being like, let's just have some fun, boys.
Oh, wait, no. There's one dude who said, I'm only at 115. Like, only? Only, sir? What are you talking about?
That is the bar that the Minds have set. If anyone were to upset them, where they be? Step forth and represent all the other clubs in Fansik Laban. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor and an amazing way to end week 5. Thank you so much for joining us. Gentlemen, your final takeaways for week 5.
Week 5 has been amazing. I can't believe we're entering week 6 next week, and I hope everybody was safe today. And thank you for joining us.
Watch out for Kimmy, Bruno, Valentina when it's the dangerous grass map. Kali's still going to be going up there. And please, someone pick Main in the gold lane again. If Innocent can do it, you can do it too.
Renmar said it best. Ladies and gentlemen, it's us, We Bear Bros. You're watching MPL Philippines S16. We'll throw it over to our hosts on stage.
And just like that, natapos ang Week 5, Day number 3 with 2 sweeps para sa dalawang laro natin.
Things really went too fast para sa ating mga teams, especially sa Team Liquid Philippines and Twisted Minds with 2 sweeps na napanood natin ngayong araw. Nakita natin ang mga bumawi, mga tumindig, at nagpakita ng kanilang tunay na lakas.
You know, I have to say na halos 5 linggo, or actually 5 linggo na nga ang nakalipas at natitirang 3 linggo na lamang ang ating makikita from the regular season. What a lot of people were saying that this is gonna be the most competitive season yet. We might see more competitiveness in those last 3 weeks. Depende sa ating 8 kupunan.
We have definitely seen that, especially ngayong week number 5 with Team Falcons bouncing back, Aurora still on top, and Sonics finding their momentum. A lot more can happen.
Pero bago tayo magpaalam, muli pinapaalalahanan namin ang lahat na mag-ingat sa kanilang pag-uwi at patuloy na pag-iingat naman sa lahat ng naninindigan. Muli, ako si Hanseleria.
And this is your very own Odin. Kasama nyo kami at ang buong community. Magkita-kita tayo muli next week dito lamang sa
MPL Philippines Season 16.
golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Look at us to the top, no ifs, no buts. Winning any game para to sa PIN, yes. Di mo matitinag aming boses sa new level. Nasa kalye man o mobile, you know I become a legend. Listen, open fire, we unite with winners. But with pressure, like diamonds are made of. Switching the lane na parang gera. HP Racing made a setup. Kakatang buhat ni Hilda, full dome SS parang Laila. Susundan ko ang iyong wakas. Kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to. Dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas. Kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas. Kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Laging MVP, no surrender, no retreat. Pag nagsama-sama, just imagine what we can achieve. Laging MVP, no surrender, no retreat. Giving 100 on my all, cause we just cannot be defeated. We are unstoppable, immune and invulnerable. Ready ang equipment, lahat frozen, mala, crowd control. Pakita on the jab, beast to the southeast. Taas ang matawag, proud and loud, cause every enemy we devour. Susundan ko ang iyong wakas. Kasama pataas.